that in a woman.
And every other kind of deviance.
I love paying for sex.
This moral decay weakens our resistance to the onslaught of the communist masters of deceit.
We're a bunch of scumbags.
These abnormalities are corrupting the minds and the hearts of our children.
Jackass. And yeah, we're back. Where have you been?
It's depressing and horrendous. It's awful.
A bunch of idiots.
Perversion for profit.
Here it comes! Here it comes!
The Opie and Anthony program. El virus de Opie and Anthony.
God, that irritates me.
It's just like somebody took a bat to my brain.
We're the only radio show that makes you want to hate us.
Opie.
I want my coffee.
Anthony.
I want that fact.
Jim Norton.
I want Ozzy.
We are going to dumb this thing down to the point that we're going to be #1 with Down syndrome children.
Hysterical.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Laughing exercise for the heart and mind. What you can do, just laugh. Very easy. Don't feel shy. And I am happy, I am relaxed. I am happy, I am relaxed. I am happy, I am relaxed.
God damn it, are you fucking with me?
You can laugh without sound. Your lungs, heart, kidney, colon, spleen, pancreas start dancing. How? Now you can do full laughter. Inhale, exhale. And I am happy, I am relaxed. I am happy, I am relaxed. I am happy, I am relaxed.
Yeah. Oh. That video is up on foundrymusic.com, opieandanthony.com.
Video along with it?
The laughing yoga guy, I don't know. Something like that. Good morning and welcome to the O&A virus spreading across America thanks to XM satellite radio. Look at that, our food is here 45 minutes later.
Oh my God, Rick.
Jesus, Ricky, you're killing us.
It would certainly be nice to be able to have a couple of bites before the show starts.
Yeah, we know that people get pissed off because we eat during the show, but we got a guy that for some reason it takes him 45 minutes to go get breakfast a block away. I don't even want to talk to you, Rick.
When anybody
I don't even know what you would possibly say to explain this.
When anybody else does it, they're here before the show starts. You know, when Travis comes back with everything, and it's a little time before the show to eat. Shove a little food in your mouth before the mics get turned on. Now I have an entire bagel and banana that I have to munch through on the air, and people just, they adore it.
They got egg whites on a bagel.
You better hope it's egg whites. Did you look?
Yeah, it's egg whites, all right.
All right.
Ben, we sent him 45 minutes ago. It just amazes me.
Isn't there a way, like, because I usually have the same thing every morning. You usually do. Do you have the same thing every morning? Maybe we can have it like a thing, like by this time this has to be here. That's it.
Can we just
where are the napkins?
The napkins. Can we just call some of these delis and say, hey, you want a free plug every morning? Make sure all this is here at 6:30 every morning.
Thank you, sir.
Why not?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be so worth it, even if they would want us to pay for it every morning. At least we know it's going to be here. We can eat before the show. Mm-hmm. I'm annoyed as it is. My commute got a little scary today. And I got the easiest commute in America. I know that.
Where do you commute?
I commute about 15 blocks. 10 of those blocks. About 10 to 12 of those blocks are through Central Park. So nothing could really happen there. I just got to worry about guys on their bikes riding really, really fast. Mm-hmm. And then I get on the street for about 2 blocks, and I almost got run over by a cab today. Because these animals out there, they don't give a flying fuck about anything except getting that next fare.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really becoming a problem in New York City, these cabbies.
They're the worst.
In the winter, I have to take cabs because the weather's so bad and, snow and sleet and all that bullshit. I walk to my corner and I put up my hand for a cab. These guys will fight each other. I've been in situations where, it's snowy, it's icy outside. They will come sliding almost onto the sidewalk to try to get you before another guy gets you. I mean, you have to jump back. I mean, it gets crazy, right, Ben?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yes, it gets crazy.
Yeah, because you take the cabs every morning still, right?
I had the Asian guy the other day, though, that decided to brake at every light on the way up. It cost me an extra $1.50. So then you get the ones that don't know how to drive and brake at green lights. But, yeah, no, they're crazy. They'll cut across a whole avenue to cut in front of the other guy.
Yeah, and then they start yelling and screaming. They're ready to jump out of their cars to fight each other. It's just a war out there between these cabbies. So I'm on a one-way, and I'm going, the cabbie's pulled over, so I decide there's no way to do it. I have to go, to the right of him. And he was completely stopped. And without even looking at any mirrors or anything, he just pulls out. And even if it was a regular car pulling out, I still figured out that I could get past this guy no problem, because most humans, especially at that time in the morning, you're not going to go, speeding out of your spot. This guy just whips it into full gear immediately and almost runs me over.
Oh, boy.
So now we got a problem. So now it's like we're just yelling and screaming at each other as I'm inline skating right next to him. And he's screaming and yelling because he knows that he's got the green lights, right? But he was wrong. 2 blocks up, he's stuck out of red lights, and now game on. I'm right up to his window, just my finger in his face, just losing my mind, screaming and yelling.
What nationality was the guy?
You know what? He broken English.
Yeah?
Broken English. But still a hothead. He was going out with me, and I'm going out with him. I'm not backing down.
My friend. That's dangerous, my friend. Shut up.
And then he's stuck at the light. I got to take the left. And I'm kind of just baiting him. Now I'm just baiting him because now I'm pissed off. My adrenaline is flying. Out of control, whatever. So I'm baiting him to take that left down to the building, knowing what's waiting for him. Master Poe in his car.
You wanted to lure him into that web?
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to make believe I'm Mr. Tough Guy. I'm a tough guy to a point.
The Master Poe web.
But now I'm thinking about all my possibilities here, and I'm like, all this cabbie has to do is take a left with me and continue this argument, and he's got a wonderful surprise up the road.
Yeah.
And I was praying. I was basically almost like a cartoon character. Like, come on,
tough
come
guy.
with me. Come with me if you're so tough,
guy.
But no real excitement to the end of the story. Light turns green and he takes off looking for his next fare.
Of course.
So,
can't stand them.
God, this guy, I got to agree with Humphrey in Texas. Go ahead, Humphrey.
Man, I got to tell you, I've talked to my friend Hammerhead, and he and I think Ricky's got to go.
Oh, I thought. All right, it says on the screen you're tired of hearing about Ricky and his stuff. Yeah, it's really annoying.
Yeah, it is, and it's not that I'm tired of hearing about it per se. I'm just tired of him fucking up. This guy, he can't seem to get it together, and I tell you, if he worked for me, he'd have been gone a long time ago. But what's the validity of his existence? Can anybody explain that one?
Well, he's an intern. His internship will end soon, and hopefully we'll get someone else that's much better at being an intern. What I don't understand, we got a lot of guys around here that work their asses off, and then we get a batch of kids as interns, over the years, that are just lazy, that don't, I'm not, Ricky's his own deal, whatever, but they don't try hard. If I was in their position, I'd be working my ass off.
I wouldn't.
And then they have excuses like, I'm just stupid. Yeah, I know I'm a dummy. Yeah, I have no self-confidence. Yeah. And that's their excuse for everything. They're slackers.
Well, that's
you're a slacker, McFly.
That excuse is a crutch, and it's all too easy for everyone to just allow them to admit that and just move on with life. That's ridiculous and bullshit. He needs to stand up and act like a man and do what he's supposed to do.
Sir, I hate to interrupt you, but I'd like to request a spoon from somebody. Because, why would you give that to somebody when you hand them yogurt?
Oh, boy.
Why a spoon?
And, he's happy because he got all the orders right. A 20, 21-year-old kid shouldn't be happy because he got the orders right. He's all chipper and happy because he finally got everyone's order right, but it took 45 minutes when other guys around here, I'm not kidding, it takes him 10 to 15 tops.
Can you imagine being on line behind him when he's doing everyone individually financially? Thank you.
Oh, my God.
I would reach around and just stab him. I had to wait behind a guy who was going, all right, you give me the change. Okay, now next.
Now pay for this.
Right.
Do them all and then do the math. This. How many singles will you?
Yeah, 20, 21-year-olds should be able to do some math on the fly.
And today, Wiki paid for the whole thing.
Yeah, so it made it easier.
Yeah. Paid for the whole thing. So he just had to ring it up once. What took so long?
I don't know. Mark on Long Island. What's up, Mark?
Hey, what's up, Ope?
Hey.
I got a good cab story.
Yeah.
I'm sitting at a light at 42nd Street and 8th Avenue. Cab comes flying across to pick up somebody in the crosswalk. Slams right into the front of my truck. Guy gets out of the cab, starts yelling at me, and it seems the only words he could say was, "What are you, blind? Are you sleeping?" He's sitting there yelling at me like I'm the one that's at fault in the situation. Yeah. These cab drivers don't.
I love when the person that is at fault gets out of the car and decides they're going to make it like it was your fault.
Right.
Oh, exactly. That's a fun one.
You know, I was naive for many years because I didn't take a lot of cabs. But, doing this morning radio and you're waking up in the middle of winter and the weather's crappy, you got to jump in a bunch of cabs. Now I understand the game. Every year in the New York papers and on the news, they'll show a cabbie that ends up in the front of someone's business.
Mm-hmm.
Or just wiping out, 5-6 people on a sidewalk. And you're like, how the hell did that happen? Well, how is that possible?
Yeah.
Oh, it happened a couple weeks ago?
In Times Square.
Oh, okay.
Some cabbie took off and ran into a bunch of people and more cabs and made a mess.
Well, now I completely understand. They're fighting for these fares, and they're just lunatics out there. Absolute lunatics.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks, Mark.
Stern sucks cock.
You ever notice? You ever notice the cabs that are regular white American guys?
Sorry.
Are crazy?
Yeah, they're insane.
They're
right.
insane guys. Like you get your turban wearing guys and your foreigners from God knows where, but then occasionally you jump into a cab and it's like a regular white guy, and you're like, wow, this is odd. You usually don't get it. And they don't stop talking, and they're absolutely out of their minds insane.
Yeah.
Had one. I forgot where we were going. Going down to, I think it was Jimmy's show. Jimmy's HBO show. Ooh. Hopped into a cab, and I noticed there was no barrier. It was a regular yellow cab here in the city, but there was no plexiglass bulletproof barrier. I'm like, that's a little odd. And the guy is a white guy, and he starts talking about computers and how he loves the internet, and he downloads pictures, and he started picking up these pictures off of his seat that he printed out and handing them to us in the back seat, going, look at this. And one was like from Snopes.com, like the giant cat that the guy's holding that is obviously fake. He goes, look at the size of that cat. And he printed it out, and he's showing me, and then he talked about the cab that wrecked in Times Square, and he's got pictures that he printed off the internet, and it's like in the papers that day. Why do I want to see this guy's... And just babbling. Where are you from? What do you do?
Yeah, see, I am comfortable when I'm in the cabs. When it's a foreign driver and he's listening to NPR. Then I know all is right with the world.
All is well.
Oh, yeah, you're so right about the white. Because at first, when I got picked up by the white guys, I'm thinking, cool, one of my own. Have a nice conversation. No. But you're so right. They're all insane.
Completely insane.
And they all talk like, I don't really need to be doing this cab gig.
I've been driving a hack here for about 20 years. And, it's a good living. Let me show you this here. I printed this out. This guy just went on and on.
That's a great observation.
Like, please
it really
get
is
us to our destination and shut up.
Shut the hell up.
And they can't take a hint. You're answering in simple yes-no answers and grunting.
Right.
And they just keep going.
Well, this whole war thing is getting a little crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Yeah, you like Bush?
Pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's my answer. They just keep going.
But they're lunatics.
It's not like, Taxi. You're not getting Judd Hirsch in there.
Or Nardo.
Hi, where you going? Or Nardo. Or, Tony. Hey, how you doing? Where you going? Nah.
It's just always
lunatics.
It's always funny when you're just yelling at a stranger, too. You just start saying really dumb stuff, and then the people...
You don't know them well enough to insult them on a personal level,
and then
aside from racism.
I like saying fuckface.
Oh. Did you break that out?
I broke out a fuckface this morning. And then the people on the sidewalk in their business suits, they just look at you like you're really the insane one, not the cabbie, because they have no idea what happened 2 blocks earlier.
You broke it out.
I know. That would be a great hidden camera gag. Just showing video of people losing their minds when they have some kind of confrontation in New York City. Ooh. I've seen people just lose their minds. They look like complete lunatics.
I can't pass those by. I have to stop and watch.
Oh, yeah. You just start laughing your ass off.
Get all disappointed when someone doesn't punch somebody.
All right. Hey, do we have the audio of the The perv cam?
Story of the day.
Story of the day.
What's
We could get right into it.
Oh, Jimmy, you haven't heard about this?
No.
Oh my God! Listen to this, man.
Perv cam.
Let's see. Yeah, this is the story in New York City today. Basically,
this is a go-getter. Somebody had a little motivation and drive and put it to good use.
Man, this was the stuff we tried to think up when I was younger. But now with video cameras, but just like trying to figure out how you could peep on chicks and stuff. And these guys, whoever they are, and they will be caught, they had a camera in one of the grates on the Upper East Side. So women walking by over the grate with their skirts, they're just filming all the girls.
And they had a camera hooked up to a hard drive. It was taking video the whole time. Brilliant. In this little plastic, like, Tupperware thing that I guess was wired to the grate, the underside of the grate. So people walking by, and then some do-gooder pest looked down and saw some wires or something and called the cops because they thought it was terrorism.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they thought it was some kind of terrorism.
The camera.
I used to buy these videos from this porn store called Peeking Up Skirts.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like that. It was a guy would follow. He had it in a gym bag or something.
Yeah, I've seen
Follow girls up their skirts, up the mall escalators. It was the greatest footage ever taken.
They look for that shit now. You get
they do.
Ass handed to you.
Yeah, I'm not into the upskirt video stuff.
Oh, I love it.
I really...
So naughty.
Used to need shoe mirrors back in the old days. You put mirrors, you put round mirrors on your shoes with elastic. You take it out of your pocket, you put it on, and then as they're walking, like they're standing there, you come up behind them and angle the mirror on your shoe so you can look up their skirt.
That's really smooth.
I know. You're blinding everyone in the eye. The sun is bouncing off your mirror and blinding everyone. Yeah,
that's how they did in the older days.
Not too suspicious.
Hubba hubba.
But here's the story. Story of the day here in New York City. Beat this one.
Police are trying to figure out who placed a hidden camera inside a sidewalk grate on the Upper East Side. The camera was taking pictures of unsuspecting women walking right above it.
The best part of this, I got to just set this up nice. They have to talk to a bunch of dopes on the street.
Oh, yeah.
And they have this old lady that is the showstopper, but all of them just sound ridiculous.
They're talking to old ladies, too.
Right.
Not young, hot chicks that is the reason the camera was put there. They're talking to old ladies going, one goes, well, I don't wear a skirt. It's like, who cares?
Right. So, stop being lazy. Interview a bunch of women.
This isn't about you, douchebag. It's about the hot chicks and their friggin' little schoolgirl skirts.
Yeah, the local news blew it. This could have been a really hot story.
Yes.
Talking to really hot chicks with their tiny little skirts.
They talked to those Upper West Side, like, facelift women with the cotton candy white hair.
Right.
No one's looking at them.
Police were shocked when they found a camera facing straight up with a full view of women walking by in skirts and dresses. The camera was found under a grate at the southwest corner of East 88th Street and Lexington Avenue.
Luckily, I never wear a skirt, but that's really creepy.
A woman spotted a black box with wires hidden underneath the grate and called police. Multimedia video camera was apparently equipped with a hard drive that could store video and still images.
There are a lot of crazy people in the city, so nothing surprises me.
A lot of crazy people. That isn't crazy.
That was just an old guy.
Yeah, talking to old guys and old ladies.
What you really want to say is, hey, can I find that video anywhere on the internet?
Where is that?
Where is that? Yeah, that's just crazy.
Ooh.
Police are now looking into the possibility that it was an inside job by MTA workers.
I think that it's dangerous, and I don't know from whom that hidden camera is coming, and that makes all the difference in the world.
Well, police are not sure how long the camera was under that grate or how many photos were actually taken.
You hear that old lady at the end?
Who is this putting the camera there? We don't know from whom the camera came.
Did you know there was a camera in a grate, a subway grate?
Where?
86 and Lex?
Were you kidding? Oh, my goodness. I don't wear a skirt. Where?
Here's that old lady again. Listen to her.
I think that it's dangerous, and I don't know from whom that hidden camera is coming, and that makes all the difference in the world.
I don't know from whom. From whom? That camera is not for people that say from whom. Oh, it's very dangerous.
It's not dangerous.
It's not dangerous.
It's perverted, but it's not dangerous.
It's very perverted.
And whoever's getting that video, you know, if he does get a shot of an old lady who happens to be wearing a dress, he's pretty much just deleting that scene from his video.
Right click, delete.
Right, exactly. So you can calm down, you old bag.
Now that they tell everybody that this is possible, believe me, they're going to be popping up all over the 5 boroughs. What dopes the news is.
This isn't my underwear. Who is this? Who is this? Who is this underwear?
I love it, man. The paper is just filled with perverts every single day. What about the NYPD thing? I love NYPD.
Oh, the cop.
Yeah. To you dopes out there, when you're thinking you're talking to a 14-year-old chick, you're not. Will you stop?
They're not.
You're starting to look really silly.
An NYPD perv dragnet yesterday snared a veteran Manhattan cop who's married to another cop in a kiddie sex sting at McDonald's in the city. He's Michael Farrell, 34, was busted at the Queens fast food joint after approaching an undercover female cop who he thought was the 14-year-old girl whom he had sent sicko emails to. That's editorializing, isn't it? That could have been romantic. On an I Love NYC Cops website. So he's a cop, goes on the website, and starts carrying on this conversation with this 14-year-old girl. And I guess they started talking about having sex and oral sex and apparently using condoms during intercourse. And they had kind of gotten into it and I guess hooked up a meeting place. And he went to meet her and, oh, go figure, it's a cop. It's never a 14-year-old girl. Never.
How do you actually think you're on a site that says I love New York cops, and it's really a 14-year-old who wandered in to chit-chat?
Oh, hi, I'm horny, and I like cops. Come and meet me.
How dumb is this guy?
What a dope.
Very. He's all worked up.
You know what the beauty is? That none of us are criticizing him for being a pedophile. We're saying that his technique was wrong.
He's stupid to have thought this was the actual
Don't you
deal.
know better, sir?
You should know better.
Being a pedophile is the least of his problems.
Right.
He doesn't have any computer savvy.
He's just
what an idiot.
Dummy.
If you're chatting with underage girls,
go ahead, sorry,
and you're trying to hook up, you're just asking to go to jail.
Yeah.
It will not happen. It doesn't happen like that. Have you ever heard a story I've never read in the paper, guy hooks up with 14-year-old, things go well, enjoys the sex, goes home. It's never a 14-year-old girl.
And every day there's one. Every single day.
They always think, oh, maybe I'll be the guy. Yeah. Maybe I'll pull up. There'll be a little waif will be waiting for me.
Yeah.
No. Woo!
I'd love to know how this guy thinks. He probably thinks he's a cop. He knows some technicality.
Yeah.
But technically, I never said you're done, stupid.
Busted.
You're done.
Dunsky.
Brian in Chicago.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, man.
Hey, if that video ever comes out, I was wondering how many big old mules will be dangling from underneath them skirts.
Again, delete.
You never know. The guy's fetish might be looking up old lady skirts, though.
Ugh.
You know. But there you have it. That's our best story today. If you have a story in your city that could beat ours, definitely give the show a call.
We love the pervert story.
Although this other story could be the best story as well. Pap smear outrage. What's this about? It's on the front page of 2 out of the 3 New York papers.
This pops up every so often.
Hospital admits it didn't notify 307 women of abnormal tests.
Yeah, this happens every so often. Hospital does Pap smears on women, checking for cervical cancer and whatnot.
Why wouldn't they notify the women?
Clerical problems.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Now people are outraged. Well, they should be. You go in there, you're having a test, and you assume you're going to get the right results. And they didn't. Didn't give the people what they needed.
No, it's just, yeah. All right.
Front page. Front page of the Daily News.
Front page. Your Pap smear might be positive. Oh, well. All right. By the way, remember we were talking about that guy that lost his chick because of his Star Wars thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Someone that knows that guy emailed me.
Really?
And hopefully we'll be getting in touch with Ben.
Ooh.
So we could get that guy on the show. They all know him. We were talking about this guy, and everyone was emailing, going, oh, my God, they're talking about our friend.
We know this geek.
And they tried to wake him up so we could get him on the radio yesterday, but, you know.
Snuggled in his Star Wars sheets.
Yeah, he was sleeping in. So I'm hoping maybe today or maybe tomorrow we could get this guy on to talk about
Star Wars dreams.
His Star Wars, what would you call it? His Star Wars...
Fetish.
I was going to say fetish, but...
Fetish?
Obsession?
Obsession, I would have to go with, yeah.
Obsession. Big Kev's got his big night tonight for Star Wars, right? Kev, why don't you give it the big plug?
Ugh.
Where is it going to be? In Jersey.
The AMC Clifton Commons Theater.
Right, in Clifton, New Jersey.
They've sold out the entire theater. All 12 of the theaters are sold out.
All 12 sold out. They're all showing Star Wars.
All showing Star Wars. Over 3,300 seats, I think.
How is this your night, though? I'm not sure. What are you in charge of the whole thing?
No, I will go around to each theater and do some trivia and some prizes and costume.
Will you be judging costumes?
Yes, I will. And
are there going to be a lot of people dressed up?
I hope there will be at least one or two.
You're an uber geek, man.
I hope one is dressed as
I'm
a
all
suicide
yours.
bomber.
Kev lives in a world I just don't understand. I'm not saying it's a bad world.
No.
It's just that uber geek stuff I don't get.
It's a world of Star Wars and comic books
and LARPing.
I do not LARP.
B-level.
Are you a LARPer?
I am not a LARPer.
You're not a LARPer?
No.
You're a LARPer.
You are a LARPing
action figures?
Never. Oh, well, yeah, the toys.
When was the last time you LARPed?
Never.
Dude, when we first met you, you were doing the medieval crap and stuff, weren't you?
No, that's a little different. It's not LARPing. It's
what is that called?
Doing. I was
fagging?
Yeah, that's it.
Reenactment.
That's it. Yeah, reenactment. That's it.
Oh, it was reenactments?
Yeah, partly.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You would do what, medieval reenactments?
All sorts of things, yes.
Maybe Civil War, any of that?
I have participated. I have participated a little bit in the Civil War reenactments.
Civil War reenactments? They all like fire and you got to lay down and make believe you're dead.
I'm very interested in history and
that would make that great
different perspective.
Real bullets.
Yeah, nice.
Real bullets.
Brandon Lee.
Where you get to shoot one bullet every 20 minutes because you're too busy packing it in.
Yeah. The doc is really sawing off limbs in the tent.
Yeah.
This looks pretty bad.
This was... Wait a minute.
I thought this was fake.
Yeah.
No, instead of lying in the sun for an hour when you're the first guy killed.
And you have to just lie there the rest of the time? And how do they decide who dies?
It's
the guys with the worst costumes have to die first.
Actually, the fattest guys die first.
Really?
Yeah. So they don't have to run across the field.
Can you decide when to die?
Pretty much.
And so if you're just out of shape and lazy, you're like, I'll be the first to go.
Don't they have to be historically accurate, where if a volley goes off and they know historically a certain amount of the other side dropped and died, you know, you're going to get some people that are a little pissed off that it's not accurate.
Well, it's not a Spielberg movie, Anthony.
Well, it's got to be accurate.
Well, that's true. And they have
boom, 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 and then people got to fall down.
It was like 30 guys you just had firing.
Well, yeah. You can't be like, you know, when you're a kid playing Army, you missed me.
They have discussions beforehand to decide. They, level things off.
Yeah.
All right. Well, have fun at the Star Wars thing tonight.
Star Wars.
Thanks.
I wish I had seen the other two. I'd like to go.
You should have rented. Well, you said you have them.
I do, but I was just busy.
Dude, you
How busy are you?
Oh, you want to go tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not seeing Star Wars for at least another 2 weeks easily.
Yeah.
Let the crowds calm down.
I like to see a premiere like that, though.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a ticket for you, Jim.
No, I haven't seen the first two. I don't want to waste it.
He's got to see the first
So go
two.
home and see even if you just see the last one, Ant was saying.
You guys see
I would see them
three.
all. I just I don't have the time. I got stuff to do today.
All right, Kevin.
Yes.
Let's go to Steve in Oklahoma.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
We're blowing up in Oklahoma. Well, I shouldn't. You know what? I didn't mean to say it like that. I'm sorry. It's just a term we use on the show where we're blowing up here, we're blowing up there.
The Tim and Terry Show.
I've been listening to you since you guys first got back on XM. I love the show.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
I got a topper for your story of the day.
Yeah.
Monday night, my mother called me and told me that she was watching the 10 o'clock news, and a truck driver was asleep in his sleeper. His wife thought he was fooling around on him, so she snuck into his truck and used an entire tube of super glue to glue his balls to his thigh. Punching out, guys.
The whole tube of that wacky glue.
See, what makes these wacky stories better is if you get the audio of the actual newscast.
Yeah.
We got to get some kind of system where... I was telling Steve, but they still don't have the system. But basically, you go to opieanthony.com, and there should be a link for the listeners so they can participate in the show. And you know, you hit that link, and then you can send us stuff for the show, whether it's audio from local news or some dumb thing you found on the internet, you know?
I believe that story was from Chris Penn and Reservoir Dogs in the back of the car. They talk about the girl gluing the guy's prick to his leg or something.
Yeah, okay.
I don't remember that part.
Yeah, when they're in the car driving, they're in the back seat, start having a little conversation about... who else do they talk about? Foxy Brown or something? I don't know. Some black woman.
Yeah. All right, let's say hi to John in Jersey. John, what's up?
Not much, guys. I just wanted to wish Kev good luck tonight with the savages at the Clifton Commons. I live by that area, and, they like to come out and prey on the innocent little people.
It's true.
Wait, what's the deal?
It's a bad neighborhood.
I live not too far away from the Clifton Commons, like AMC Theater. All right, and I'll tell you what, that place is packed with savages on nights, and when you got a bunch of Star Wars guys there with nothing but little lightsabers to defend themselves. Yeah, I had a couple of my friends had their cars broken into over there. Are you kidding me? We don't even go there no more.
They're going to have a real run-in with the dark side.
On a normal night, he'd be correct, but
really?
Savages don't buy tickets 2 months in advance. So.
Yeah.
No,
well, they could be prowling the parking lot.
Cars, they might say, that looks like a nice Pioneer.
I believe the police will be out in force.
Yeah, 3,000 people. It's kind of hard to cause a...
I don't know.
Although I tell you one thing,
they're rather creative over there. I'm going to be punching out, guys. Have a good one.
All right, thank you.
2,999 of the dumb white people would just be standing there watching as 8 guys beat up some...
Of course they would. Just watch, beating him with his own costume.
Bunch of Siths just standing there holding their lightsabers. Should we help them or LARP?
Yeah, someone using the double lightsaber, just standing there doing nothing, dressed in the Sith Darth Maul makeup and just doing nothing.
See the kid walk up, his black eyes, and you lightly see, like, in his body, the little lightsaber light. Because they shoved it up his ass.
Lighting up. His costume shorts out because he pissed himself. Oh, how embarrassing.
That'd be great. Half his Boba Fett mask on the ground because a fist crashed into it.
How sad would that be? Just a broken little mask on the ground, blood.
And he's still wearing half of it, trying to look at everybody from the left. Hey, that's Boba. What happened to you?
Oh, that is funny.
Defenseless.
It brings up a really quick story. I remember, I forgot where, but I was driving on Halloween, and there was a little fender bender on the side of the road. This is the God's honest, truth. And it just reminds me of, you never want to be beat up while you're wearing a silly costume.
No.
Or you don't want to be in an argument when you're wearing a silly costume.
Never.
I remember looking to the side of the road, and a guy dressed as a devil was yelling and screaming at another guy that was dressed as a clown.
That's a great scene. You'd have to give it to the devil.
Yeah, the cars are pulled over, and, I mean, it was the funniest thing. But you're in costume because you're going to your stupid Halloween party or whatever, but then, it's real life. You get in this fender bender, and you forget you're wearing the costume. You want to call this guy, an asshole and stuff, but you look ridiculous doing it.
Clown gets out, does that move where you throw your arms up. You motherfucker!
Right. Get the big red nose.
Dopey makeup on your face.
And 50 more of his friends pile out of the car.
Whiplash, 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 whiplash.
That's a rule of thumb. You never want to get your ass kicked while wearing a cape. That's embarrassing. And beat up. Superman outfit.
That's funny, man. Chris in Virginia, what's up?
Hey, I'm with you, Opie, on not going to see Star Wars in the first couple of weeks, and I got a really good reason why.
Yeah?
Okay. Every time I go to see a movie when it first come out, everyone talks about there's a lot of people in the theater and they're just yapping the whole fucking time. Well, every time I go to see a movie, like to see the first Star Wars, when Darth Maul gets cut in half, it's not like, any other movie where people just shut the fuck up and enjoy the moment. People, start clapping. They clap like the fucking screen can hear them or something.
I hate that, because then you miss dialogue.
Yeah, it happened in fucking Star Wars. It happened in Lord of the Rings when that faggy elf did something. It was really fucking annoying. So I'm going to wait 3 weeks before I go see Star Wars.
What about some of these dramatic movies and the credits start rolling and everyone starts applauding?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like they're going to bow.
I just pray for a fucking terrorist attack. I don't even care that I'm there.
Jesus.
I don't even care that I'm there.
He'll take the hit.
That's funny.
Thank you. We should take a quick break because I got to eat this egg sandwich. We got so much to do today for once. We got to go over the Britney and Kevin audio from Chaotic.
You watched it last night?
No, I was reading some reviews on it, so no, I did not watch it.
Were they good reviews?
Yeah, one paper said it's really, really interesting TV because Britney is putting herself out there, basically showing that she's just an animal, loves sex, and that's all.
Really?
Yeah. And then the other paper just thought it was a absolute tragedy. So, but it's getting pretty good reviews.
Their little publicity jaunt yesterday was lackluster.
It was absolutely awful.
They're dull.
He's charismatic, that kid. He just sat there looking cool.
Yeah, that's his job. Just look cool.
His problem is he looks the way you should feel when you're banging Britney Spears.
Yeah,
you don't have to look like you're confident and nothing else is going on. Just, try to be humble, scumbag.
And here was the deal. He did have a fiancée, and she was pregnant with their second child when Britney said, screw all that. Yeah. You're mine.
Britney Spears, what are you going to do? Stay married? Be a father? Of course not.
But the one he was married to is a piece of ass, too. It wasn't some kind of slob from Bayshore, dude.
Who is she?
I mean, she was an actress, and I don't know, someone will come up with it.
Ruth Gordon. But go on, I know she's younger.
Speaking of being a uber...
Oh, God. You're among friends, Ricky.
Ricky, you're among friends. Why don't you put it in?
Ugh. Speaking of being a uber geek. Yeah, we're going to try to do that. I don't know if it's going to work, though.
Oh, yeah.
We might have to do it after the show now, unfortunately. I guess we'll give the little tease. The mayor of our fine city here, he's speaking in Spanish.
Yeah.
To potential voters.
Yeah.
He's doing commercials where he's speaking the whole time in Spanish.
But it's just written for him, and he's reading it phonetically.
Yeah. Well, maybe he is fluent in Spanish. We don't know, but we have a feeling that, someone is writing this down saying this is a good idea. There's a lot of Spanish voters out there. So let's get a commercial on the air where you're just speaking completely in Spanish.
Does it sound good? Does he sound like he can speak Spanish?
Well, if...
Do we have it?
We're short-staffed today, so I don't think we're going to get that audio.
Oh.
Martini Steve's in jury duty. And Derek's got some family stuff to do.
Well, I don't know. I wasn't there. I can't say he did or didn't do it.
Steve...
It would be funny if he got thrown off because it was like a case against an arsonist. And he had, his flaming clothing on and sat there, and they thought it was biased.
It's funny you say that. Because, when you get jury duty, you start talking to all your friends and just try to figure out how to get out of it.
How to get out of it.
I had to do jury duty over this, I guess last year. And it's the same crap. You start asking everybody, well, how do you get out of it,
Yeah, that's the goal, is to get out of it. You don't want to sit there. Listen to that drivel.
The excuses that people come up with are great, too, because, you're in a little classroom in front of all these lawyers, and they go, anyone can't, do this case for whatever reason, please raise your hand. And then people stand up and say the stupidest shit.
Really?
But the lawyers, now there's doubt, they're not going to take the case seriously, so they're like, all right, you're excused.
Yeah.
Go back to the big pool of people and wait for the next case, possible case.
So you got to sit there all day, and then they review you for a few cases, and you got to get kicked off them all?
Yeah, as long as you have an excuse every time you're in the small room. You'll never do jury duty, officially. I saw a lady get up and go, I can't do this case because I'm going on vacation to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, there you go.
And they're like, and they don't question her,
okay, Mrs. Brady.
Yeah, right? They don't sit there and go, prove it or whatever, because at this point, the lawyer's like, they don't want someone like you, if you're, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So oh, God, you're excused. Jesus. Another guy had a final he had to take that day. And
so the people that end up on juries are people that are too stupid to actually get out of jury duty.
Yep.
That's pretty much it.
Oh, yeah. So you got just a bunch of dummies that you're relying on. That you're relying on.
DNA evidence.
Exactly.
Other things they can't possibly understand.
My case, which they just got rid of all of us because something, I guess a lawyer said something they weren't supposed to say. So then the whole room was tainted. But it was a horrific, car accident where obviously someone died.
Yeah.
They were hinting, but you could just read between the lines, right? One guy actually got up and said that he couldn't be a juror because he was an offender bender once.
There you go.
And
All right.
They asked him a little bit about it, and it was like one of these basic going maybe 5 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You didn't see that the guy in front of you stopped at a red light type of thing.
He kind of bumped him.
But he's scarred for life because he was doing a fender bender.
You know how you get out of it? You say, I don't. When they ask you, look, all I care about is being on this case. I want to be here.
Yeah.
I want to be on this jury.
So Steve called me last night to say, he's not going to be here, whatever. And he goes, yeah, I'm just going to pick out my most rank T-shirt.
Oh, and he could pick one out.
He's got some crazy T-shirts.
What did to choose from?
And he's going to just show up to jury duty with just a really rank T-shirt.
I guarantee that idiot is sitting there in a suit with his rotten little flaming Doc Martens. I just wanted to get the facts correctly, annoying everybody else.
The defendant's name is Ramon. He gets thrown off the case. Ramon.
11 angry men and 1 peach pit of a stomach idiot. That's the new movie.
He should just talk.
Oh, yeah, wear that one.
Yeah, he should just talk as Ramon the whole time. Ramon says he can't be on this case.
Read back that transcript.
Bring me the evidence. Ramon.
Let's go to Indiana before we take a break. Samson, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Samson.
What's up, man?
I got a small town story for you. I live in northern Indiana, and I was calling home and talking to them, and they're looking for the chief of police for child molestation charges.
The chief?
Yep.
What'd he do?
He's supposedly a kitty catcher.
Wow.
Okay.
Not too many details.
Thank you. Always take one too many calls.
I like a nice detailed story like that.
I know.
So what did he do? Hey, kitty catcher. All right.
I think the way the bit works is we got to get the actual audio of some of these local newscasts. Of course. All right, and we'll try to get that link up on opieandanthony.com where you can participate in the show. Makes it a lot easier for people because, the listeners, they don't know who to email. They're emailing me files, and my email is so spammed out, I'm not even checking it anymore. I gotta figure it out.
Steve's got a program for you.
Yeah, I know. He just has to come over and install it for me. So
Program.
I mean, if you have files, it's simple.
It learns your spam email, so you could you don't get it anymore. It
just filters,
puts it in another folder, and then deletes it.
See, I'm yellow treat, so I get spammed sometimes. Like people's in people's email.
I got a regular name, and I'm getting stuff from all over the world now. I mean, different languages. It's just a mess.
You got the German one?
I'm getting the German one.
That's the latest one.
That's
the latest one. This German
is that
email
a virus?
Going around. Not a virus, just a mass email that's going out.
That motherfucker. If I swear to God, you want to strangle these people.
Yeah, stop forwarding things.
And then I started writing these, back in the day when I realized it doesn't do any good. I used to write these guys back like, you
the worst thing you could do.
I know.
Gets you on other lists.
I understand, so I can't even check, the show's email anymore until these guys help me out. So
I write a detailed email back to everyone. I don't appreciate this type of spam.
I've written back to the Nigeria scam. Ooh. I've done that. I've carried on a conversation back and forth with somebody from Nigeria about that whole... You've seen it. You've gotten a scam where you give them your bank account number and they'll transfer $10 million in funds over to your account. And I've carried on conversations where they just go back and forth with me going, okay, but we do need that account number. I'm like, well, I'm a little nervous about this. Some people have told me that this might not be legitimate. And then in this horrible broken English they're writing with all the misspellings and everything, they're saying how, no, it's honest. The money is waiting for you. They try to tempt you a little more. And I go back and forth, about 5-6 emails back and forth before I just break out a just string of racial epithets and curse words. Yeah, I showed him.
Why do you have to use that kind of language?
Oh, you should see the kind of language.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
But anyway, if you have audio for the Opie and Anthony program, send it right to Steve, please. Because I can't even get audio clips on this primitive email I'm using. So, Steve at foundrymusic.com. All audio should go right to Steve. He filters through it and then brings the best stuff to the program, okay? Speaking of Uber Geeks, I wanted to play this about 20 minutes ago. It's a little song from Stephen Lynch, and we'll continue after that, all right?
Better get back up here. This is a song about a guy you might remember from high school. Or you might be this guy from high school. I don't know. My little harmonica. decided die, and I'm ready to roll with the wizard and my goblin crew. My friends are coming over to my mom's basement, bringing Funyuns and the Mountain Dew. I got a big broadsword made out of cardboard, and that stereo's a pumping zeppelin. It's that time of the night, we turn on the black light, let the Dungeons and the Dragons begin. It's D&D, fighting with the legends of yore. It's D&D, never kissed a lady before. Nope. Woo! Now the Lord of the Rings, the Dark Crystal and things, we use these as a reference tool. And when we put on our cloaks and tell warlock jokes, we're the coolest kids at the school. No, we're not. I know. Now Tack's a real bastard, but a fair dungeon master. He's got hit points and charisma to lend. And I rehearse in my room, or what I call the dragon's tomb, when I'm out with my girlfriend. It's D&D. Wait. Sorry. You got a girlfriend? Yeah, I got a... No. It's D&D. Warriors that terrify. It's D&D. Virgins till the day we... One, two, three, four, Thanks. Stephen Lynch.
It is a natural impulse to grab and squeeze the breasts. Squeeze the breast. No shit.
It's real soft. Almost like pudding.
Yes. A hard piece of ass. Quite a handful. Yeah. The nipples are so sensitive that a mere tweak between finger and thumb will give a perfectly good result.
The Opie Anthony Show.
In case you didn't know.
Everybody's going to the party, have a real good time. Dancing in the desert, blowing up the sunshine.
System of a Down. Rock. You guys kick ass. I like when a band pops and then they could put out another album and it's still good. They did it. What happened to Disturbed? Remember Disturbed's album that really hit and it was huge and all those hits and it was just great. And then they put out their second album and it just tanked.
It was awful.
It was.
And that was the end of the band, I think.
Done.
I'm sure someone out there will call in and say, no, they're still happening in small clubs in the Midwest or something.
Seems like your first album is like a collection of stuff you worked on for 10 years, and that's why
it's your whole life.
In the next one,
the first album, your whole life to come up with the songs for your first album, and then the second album, you got a few months. Go ahead, do it again. That's what makes it hard.
That's the real definition of the sophomore slump, yeah.
Absolutely. You know how hard it is to do something like go from Yellow Discipline to Trinkets Handmade from Gorilla Hands to make that segue?
Exactly.
Eatabullet.com if you want the latest Jim Norton CD, everyone.
Yes.
Hey, speaking of Jim Norton, who came up with this, Eric? The Jim Norton Psycho Ex-Girlfriend remix. A listener? Mm-hmm. We got to give these guys credits, though. If people are sending stuff in, we got to get their names so we can give them credit.
Yeah,
because they're becoming little stars on their own. Some of these guys, they really are, though.
Little stars.
P. Niggity. I know his name now because of the stuff he's sending in.
Exactly.
Chemistry.
Yeah.
Spelled with a K.
Of course.
So, some of these listeners are becoming little stars in their own right. Anyway, this kid sent in a remix It just misses. We were listening just before the show. But we want to play it because I think it could spawn a lot of these.
Mm-hmm. Great idea, but just something in the execution.
Right.
And I can't even really put my finger on it, but it just missed.
I think it was, my opinion was, the idea was good. We're not saying it's awful. I think it was more like just chop. And I'm not saying you got to be Spielberg in the editing room, but sometimes the editing has got to be a little bit
choppy.
Yeah, but this guy gets credit because he will start a trend. I guarantee it. We'll get a bunch of these now because of this guy. Nick and Rob from Long Island. Okay, this is Nick and Rob from Long Island. They took the Psycho Ex-Girlfriend audio and they took audio of Jim Norton and they put this together.
Hi, sweetie. Oh, don't get all angry and yell.
So you really want it to be over? Is that what you want?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how you could be so mean.
I'm paranoid and I have issues.
You know what? Have fun with your fucking stubbornness, because I can't deal with it.
Stop with the semantics.
I've given you everything.
Say what you want to say.
I'm done doing this thing with you, chasing you, until the part where you'd exhaust me.
Okay.
All I can say is, if you're out at a fucking bar, when I went to your house, drove by you, you saw me, and you just drove by me.
That's not the way it happened. That's dishonest. It's not the way it happened. It's not the way it happened.
So are you happy? Are you happy?
No, I'm not.
What do you think, the world is going to fucking chase you because you're Mr. Wonderful?
That is so sociopathic, I almost don't know how to respond to it.
Whatever. I hate you. Because you know what? You've tortured me. You've made me feel like shit.
Actually, you might be right.
You know what? You go live your life. All right? I'll be fine. And I'm out of here. Okay?
Whatever. Whatever.
Bye.
Whatever. The end of every argument. Whatever, dude.
Whatever.
Yeah, you're right. I'm wrong.
Jimmy just kept his composure.
It was from the me and Ope's argument soundboard, which was, it's cool, but there was other clips that might have played a little better, and some of the editing was like...
You know what, though?
Weird.
It wasn't awful, though.
Yeah. You could hear for yourself that it just misses, but it's the start of a new bit. I guarantee it. Because we loved the Pat O'Brien sex tapes, the remixes that everyone came up with. Mm-hmm. I think these guys are onto something big time.
Yeah.
So we'll see if anyone else could come up with... some remixes.
Hey, we give them all a try, don't we?
We sure do.
Some don't make it through the first 3 seconds, but we try them all.
Wasn't the one you played before that, or was that yesterday, that you played like 3 seconds of it and just flung it?
Oh, I forgot what that was. Oh. Yeah, some of this stuff never makes the air. We play a lot of the audio as Ecstasy of Gold is playing.
Yeah.
And I said to the guys in the room, I don't even remember what it was. I'm like, I've been in radio long enough to know this stinks.
This stinks.
After 10 seconds, and I flung it across the room. But whatever. All right. There was something else I wanted to get to really fast. Oh, the Bloomberg thing. We were talking about this.
Oh,
This is a quickie, too.
Is this him?
Yeah, this is the whole report on the mayor of New York City. He's already campaigning, which is weird.
He's got enough money for it. Why not?
His building's done.
Yeah.
You see his building that he...
Is that... Where is that? Is that on Lexington?
That's on the east side there?
If it's at 58th and Lex, it's right across from Pete's office, AGI.
Oh, yeah, that's the one.
I looked at that from Pete. You can see it from Pete's. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I called over as a goof to see how much, and they were like, I think $3 million condos. So they can't quote you on the phone. So I'm talking to the woman, and I'm like, well, how much are they? She's like, well, I can't give you a quote on the phone. I'm like, just give me an estimate for a nice big roomy 2-bedroom. And she's like, around 3. I'm like, that is not bad. I'm like, maybe I could work with that. 300,000. And she's like, I'm like, $300,000 for a 2-bedroom is not bad.
300,000.
What's your name? I'm going to come over there and ask for you.
Yeah. There's a new trend here in New York City with these buildings going up. They're trying to make the buildings blend into the actual sky. You notice that?
Really?
Yeah. The next time you look at the Bloomberg building, on certain days, depending on how the sky's looking, the building blends into the sky. The same thing with the towers in Columbus Circle there.
So some raghead in a plane can't see it.
But it is
camouflagey.
It's a new trend though. They're trying to kind of just make it blend in there. Anyway, so the mayor of New York City is already campaigning. He knows there's a lot of Latin voters out there,
sure,
Hispanics or what have you, that don't speak English. at all.
No speaky.
But they have a say in the election. So the mayor, I guess the mayor's people decided that it would be good if he had a commercial that catered to the Spanish among us.
Right.
And this is the report on that.
Estimados amigos, hace 4 años tuve el gran honor de ser.
We were right.
Okay.
We were right. This is the first time we're hearing
what he's
this.
saying.
We were right.
He has not a clue what he is saying.
He took as much Spanish as you and I did in high school there.
None.
A few years. I did a few, and I can't speak a lick of it. And you could tell just by that. Someone wrote it down and said, just say it like this.
Yeah.
And it'll look like you can relate to these potential voters.
Was he live doing this, or was this done in a studio?
No, it's an actual commercial. So
Studio, it's got to be.
It is. It's a visual commercial. So
Yeah.
Oh, and is it choppy, or did he run through this in one shot?
I don't know. You can hear it's choppy right away.
Yeah.
Estimados amigos, hace 4 años tuve el gran honor de ser elegido su alcalde.
This TV ad marks 2 firsts for Mayor Bloomberg. He's the first person running for mayor to buy airtime, and he's the first candidate in the city or state to ever go on air in Spanish before English.
Todos juntos hemos logrado el progreso de nuestra ciudad.
30 and 60-second ads in Spanish started airing Tuesday. English ads begin Wednesday. It's $1 million worth of airtime. Bloomberg's campaign manager says this is just the beginning.
We're going to be very aggressive about it, whether it's TV, whether it's internet, whether it's radio. You're going to see a lot of outreach from this campaign.
Political consultant Hank Scheinkoff says going on air so early...
You know what? I got to stop. I am so sick of us in this country catering to people that decide they don't need to speak English in America.
Absolutely.
It amazes me.
Absolutely.
We don't ask for much. When you come into America, we really don't ask for much.
Absolutely.
The one thing that just amazes me day in and day out is that you don't need to learn English to live here. It amazes me. They have stories every year about guys that are in horrific car accidents because they can't read the signs. They cannot read the signs.
That's why everything's in symbols now.
Yeah, you're right.
Symbols now. There's no English. The walk, don't walk signs used to actually say walk and don't walk. Remember that? There's a little neon sign that would actually spelt out walk and don't walk. Now you got to have a guy walking. You got to have a red hand, stop you because people don't speak English. And then God forbid somebody walks against the light and gets hit, and they go to court against the city and say, "Well, didn't understand English. How is it you see the don't walk? I don't know what that means. I walked. I got hit by a car. Give me a few $1 million."
And the thing, if anyone raises the immigrants, the Irish, the Germans, the Italians, I'll spit on you. They always wanted to learn English. Years ago, in the early 1900s, when people immigrated here, they always spoke English. Oh, yeah, I guess the Irish did, but you don't say from Italy. Yeah, good point.
We cater to them. They're not even attempting because they don't have to.
Exactly, and it's sickening.
You could walk through entire neighborhoods here in New York City, and there's all the storefronts and everything are in just a completely different language.
It's just aggravating.
And then you go to the ATM. I'm inconvenienced because you have to ask. They have to ask you what language first before you could get a stupid $100 out of your account.
There you go.
Let them figure it out. Let them see that there's a button there for Spanish speaking. Don't ask me what language I need to take my money out in.
I love when you see 2 Chinese people actually speaking English to each other. It's like, I've seen that. I love it because it's like, well, we're here. Yeah. It's like Spanish is the one, and I'm not saying other cultures don't do it, but that's the one language that people just refuse to get away from. Yeah. Can we stop as a nation pandering to it?
What amazes me is people that are born here in families that don't speak English, and it affects their children. Their children cannot speak English, and they have just a heavy accent on their English, and it's awful. You're killing your kids.
And then you got the mayor of New York City. He obviously has given up. I might as well cater to them because they're not going to cater to me.
That's what we live in. He's trying to scoop them up before his opponent does.
And I know it's American arrogance. I understand everywhere else is pretty much bilingual in the world. English is spoken all over. All the airports are English. Well, you know what? Where do you think the fucking idea of planes came from? It's all us, dummies. That's why we are this arrogant about our language. It all starts here.
Right.
Our electricity, I'm sorry, Europe and other places, you didn't get it done. Sorry.
That's it.
It's English because we invented almost all of it.
I'm sure he could go to Japan and get along just fine because it's the same way over there. What?
Huh?
You wouldn't even be able to order breakfast over there.
A lot of them speak English over there.
Yeah, English is spoken all over.
I know, but
except in Brazil.
I just know
really none of them.
But it's all Portuguese. It's like how do you not speak English? We're your biggest. I mean, if for prostitution they don't speak English.
I just
even the hookers don't.
Por favor, no.
Oh,
they're dumb.
I just know Japan from the movies, and it looks like I'd have a really tough time. Their Times Square, I wouldn't even know where to eat.
Doesn't it look like you could just get lost in there really easily?
Oh, my God. You walk into a camera store thinking it's some kind of diner. You have no idea.
Yeah, I'll have get some sushi here.
Right. 2 90-minute tapes.
Stupid American.
Going on air so early lets Bloomberg shape his image.
The charge against the mayor has been that he's out of touch and he doesn't really understand average New Yorkers. Well, he's talking right to average New Yorkers in a clear way himself.
Average?
That's not an average
New Yorker. It's not an
Yorker.
average New Yorker, you dumb bastard.
And it's not a clear way. I didn't understand a fucking word of it.
Not a word. Average.
Any filter, and that's a smart thing to do.
Todavía hay mucho por hacer.
The spots focus on the mayor's record on crime and education. Those trying to defeat him say Bloomberg is unfairly using his fortune to buy the election.
I think it's wrong for somebody to try and spend untold millions of dollars to influence an election. We have a strong campaign finance law, and people ought to participate in it.
When the mayor reports campaign expenditures of $10 million in 4 months, that is what 2 campaigns for mayor will spend for the entire season.
Porque somos neoyorquinos.
But the mayor says it's his money and he can do with it what he likes. His last campaign cost $74 million. And these ads prove he'll spend whatever it takes to win this time.
Yeah, don't even run against the guy. He has so much money, he's not going to lose.
And the people seem to like him.
He's actually grown on me. He's not a bad man.
He did kind of grow
I don't even know
me.
what the guy stands for.
Nothing. But after Giuliani and 9/11, he's like, he's okay. I mean, he's not awful. He's not wrecking the city. It's still clean. It's still, the crime is all right. You know, he's doing fine.
Yeah. Well,
Mark Green you want to vote for? That left-wing idiot?
Oh, go away.
The jails are wrong.
Mark Green. Yeah. You see a return to the Dinkins years.
Exactly.
What a mess New York was.
Democrats, if you want to become relevant again, just get a strong anti-crime candidate.
They can't.
You have to, though.
They can't. Because all of their people are so against any type of anti-crime legislation. If it's up to them, open the doors to the prisons, because they're all in there unjustly. Then the cops stink, and we should just treat these people. If we treated them nicer, they wouldn't commit crimes. Yeah.
Hey,
try walking the streets.
You name me one Democrat. Clinton was pro-death penalty. He's a Southern boy.
Bernie Getz.
Is he a Democrat?
Was he?
Bernie Getz for mayor, yeah.
He's more independent, though, isn't he?
Probably.
He's a lunatic is what he is.
No, he's not.
He's a mad person.
I think he could do a fine job.
Motherfucker. You a motherfucker.
Let's go to Dave in San Diego. Dave?
Hey, going hey, Sunshine.
Hi, Dave from San Diego.
Hey, you guys better get ready, because we got all that bilingual shit down here in San Diego, and like Aunt was saying there with the signs, they have signs for the illegals that run up the freeways. It's a mom and a dad and a little girl in tow with 2 pigtails, so you feel sorry for them.
Yeah, there's signs, like at a deer crossing. You know, you see a deer crossing sign and they show 2 deer, like jumping.
Yeah, sure.
They have signs in San Diego, in Southern California, and around the border that has a family running with, like, holding children that are kind of flapping behind them on the roads, which means look out. Some illegal family could be running across the street at any moment.
Screw that. That's part of the sport.
Part of the thrill of making it to America is making it across that highway.
Make it across the highway and make sure none of these truckers run you over. That's part of the sport.
Yep.
That's it. If they can't run fast enough, we're going to splat them.
There you go. And you should be allowed to run them over if you see one.
I actually don't. I don't mind as much. People do die trying to come here. It's the greatest place. People want to get here badly. They're willing to risk their lives. I don't mind even illegals. I understand why you'd want to come here. If you just try to assimilate into the culture a little bit, stop bringing your own culture and acting like it's the fucking greatest, or you would have stayed where you are.
Close the border. Shut the fuck up.
If you want to come
here, we
here
have enough lunatics in this
and assimilate, I got no problem if you want to assimilate. It's when they come here and they resent it and they start bad-mouthing the U.S. government and America, they can't even, that there's somebody translate. That makes me want to vomit.
I don't mind at all the Mexicans that want to come up here and take the jobs that even the American blacks wouldn't take. Oh, sorry, I'm just quoting Mexico's president. He got in a little hot water. Mexico's President Fox.
He actually said that?
Yeah, he actually said that a few days ago and just got reamed. He said that the Mexicans that are crossing the border to do work are doing jobs that even the blacks up there wouldn't take.
Is he wrong? Is he wrong? Have you been to California? Is he wrong?
Say it. Right or wrong or whatever. You don't say those things.
I guess in Mexico they really don't have political correctness.
No.
Well, maybe we should be doing the show from Mexico.
I lived in Southern California for a while. I've seen it. Farm fields, it is all illegal Mexicans working the farm fields. And God bless him, because even as a kid looking for one of my first jobs, it sure as hell wasn't going to be out in a goddamn cabbage field picking or strawberries or something like that. They want to come in here and make what amounts to them is a great living. They don't seem to mind it. They take back riches to their families. That's fine. The thing I have a problem with, is those people that mouth off about the country. But for the most part, these people are just quiet to themselves. They do their job. The bad thing is, these advocates that come up and now want to give them on our bill health insurance, give them driver's license, and all these rights and privileges that we as tax-paying Americans have. Just because why? They come here to work and not pay taxes? Why should they then be entitled to the benefits of being an American? Come in. Do the shitty jobs, make the money. That you're going to make more money than you would in Mexico anyway. Go down there, but you can't be expected to get all the benefits of being an American just by being here. Oh, we got it, huh?
Yeah, the bit might work out. That's the only reason we got into a serious discussion, but we'll bring this all the way back around to what we're going to try to do maybe later today or at least for tomorrow's show. Dave in Indianapolis, what's up?
Guys, how's it going?
Hey.
You guys are just busting this issue up this morning. I went to the damn ATM this morning to literally get $100 out and had to decide what freaking language I wanted to get my money in.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Hey, when's that mayor going to come out with an Ebonics version of that commercial so we can, treat everybody equally?
I'm sure it's the next thing he'll do.
Y'all motherfuckers get out early and shit. Vote. Vote or die and shit.
Let's go to Mark in El Paso.
This is hysterical.
It's going to work, right, Ed?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey.
What's up, Mark?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Pretty good, buddy.
It's kind of funny you guys talk about this. I'm driving down what we have here in El Paso called the Border Highway, which on the left of me is Mexico and on the right of me is America. And as you guys were talking about it, I just swerved and hit a Mexican that was crossing trying to get in here. Or he did get in here.
Did not hit him.
I didn't know. I didn't. I swerved and missed him. But you see them all. We don't have any signs like in San Diego. In Texas, they could care less. But I swerved and missed them. I swear to God, this was hilarious.
All right.
And you were talking about the schooling.
Yeah.
It's kind of shitty because all of them live over there. And then they come to school over here, go to your high school. Their parents don't pay the property taxes. They get all your free books. And then
hey, man, you know what? I gotta argue the other side of that. Can you imagine going to school in those circumstances?
Actually,
you could call it in, man. You want to talk about a curve, a grading curve?
Why is that though?
Because they're barely speaking English, and now they're in America going into American schools. Mm-hmm. And you're that American dude that speaks English. You're sitting back with your feet up, cruising through high school, man.
I thought you meant the Mexican guy.
They grew up on the border. They could speak English.
Yeah, all right.
You'd be surprised. There's more American kids that can't speak English than Mexican, probably.
All right, thanks, buddy. So. Let's go to John in Jersey. John, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
I just want to know, was Mayor Bloomberg selling wiper blades? And...
Well, yeah, that's what we're getting at. That's, I guess we got to explain for the rest of the country. At WNEW, when we're doing commercial radio, we did a lot of commercials.
Yeah.
And someone got the bright idea that we needed to do a commercial in Spanish, kind of like Bloomberg, to reach the Spanish people that were listening to our show. I don't know. To this point,
Strauss Discount Auto.
Right. So Anthony had to have the copy translated into Spanish and then read it.
Yeah.
In a production room. And
phonetically.
It is one of the funniest things. I don't even know if I have it.
I had no idea what I was saying.
And we had the outtakes of it because you don't know how to speak Spanish.
No.
But the commercial ended up airing, Anthony speaking Spanish about wiper blades. It is really funny.
Yeah.
I might have it at home. I got to find it.
Stink.
But anyway,
speak Spanish.
Because of the Bloomberg thing, speaking Spanish to reach potential voters, Anthony and I thought it would be a good idea to maybe do some of our bits in Spanish to reach more listeners.
Uh-huh.
So What we're going to do, hopefully later today, maybe after the show, we took the Bill's Dead phone call up with the old lady.
One of my favorites of all time.
That we quote. You know, going to break. Going to break. We should play that for the new listeners because we quote that phone call all the time.
Who is this?
So we're going to take the Bill's Dead phone call and do it in Spanish.
Why not?
To reach potential Spanish listeners. And we just got the copy, and it's really funny.
Yeah. Because I could hear all the inflections and everything being done. That'll work.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh, my God. I don't believe it.
No soy otro Guillermo. So we'll give that a shot later today. But, all right, let's go to Dan in New York. What's up, Dan?
Hey, I just got my first official wow.
There you go, buddy.
Oh, there it is.
And Howard's bitching this morning, boys.
Howard's what?
Howard's bitching this morning.
Yeah? He bitches every morning. He's not having fun on the radio anymore. When it comes down to it, we're still having fun here, and he's not.
He's pissed because he invented clobbering people on satellite radio.
Of course he did.
And XM is ripping him off.
All right, thank you, Dan.
Sorry.
Yeah, that was awful,
that was
actually.
really
that
bad.
Was, yeah. Max in Dallas. Max, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, boys?
What's up, Max?
Max.
Hey, Sugar Pants.
Hi, Max.
I know you guys ain't never been out to a DMV in Los Angeles, but I used to live there before I moved to Dallas, and I went to go get my license one day. And I swear to God, all the signs in there that, tell you where to fill out stuff and all that stuff, they're in English, Japanese, Spanish, Muslim. I mean, it's like 6 or 7 different kind of languages.
Muslim's not a language, sir?
Well,
Muslim.
Arabic, I'm sorry.
What is it, just a bomb with a fuse lit? Muslim.
It shows a smiling woman with it has a circle with a line through it.
I had a question though up there in New York City. When the Hispanic people go into places like that, the DMV or like maybe emergency rooms and stuff, do they bring all their family like they do out here? It's like there ain't no word in Spanish for babysitter. They come into a place, they got to bring all the little babycitos and mamacito and grandmacito and all that shit. It's like, leave these motherfuckers home and take care of business yourself. Why do you got to have 30 goddamn relatives with you everywhere you go?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, that's a good point, though, because how many times have you seen that? A lot, right?
No, I got rid of him.
Thank God you hung up on him.
No, I'm not playing
Jimmy
your game anymore, Jimmy.
Shenanigans.
Why? I want to ask questions.
But that's where we have to begin. You go to the DMV, all the signs should be in English, because now it's affecting you personally. Because some of these people are getting their driver's license.
I got to be on the road with these people that don't speak English?
Now you're on the road with some guy from Japan that might not, not all the signs are in symbols yet, Anthony.
No, they're in English. You try to see what highway you're on, it's in English. If he's not sure, he's going to slow down, maybe cause an accident.
Another reason we speak, the cars were invented here.
All right, let's go to Clark in PA. Here. Clark, what's up?
Yo, how's it going, boys?
Hey.
Yeah, to get a job as a teacher these days, the first question they ask you is, do you speak Spanish? And they're not even asking for you to teach the kids to speak English. They want you to speak Spanish for the kids.
It's amazing. All right.
It's sickening.
Well, we could go with this all day, obviously.
Pandering idiots we are.
Mm-hmm. The phones have just exploded. Mexicans in Kansas. Chris in Kansas, what's up?
Not much. Oh, hey, what's going on?
Hey, man.
Hey, I'm telling you, I teach out here in Southwest Kansas. That's all we have to fucking do is speak Spanish for all these gosh damn Mexicans out here. It's like that's all the fuck we have. They come in to, like, gripe us out about something. We have to have 3 translators. They bring in all their stinky little kids. They take everything from gosh stream that's
oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
every 15 days.
All right, thank you. He's just bitching. Jay in Texas, let's go.
Yeah, this is Jay.
Hey, Jay.
Hey, Jay.
My son, my wife's in the Air Force and we live in San Antonio. But my seventh grader, my son, was failing English because the teacher spoke more Spanish to the class than he did English. We had to hire a private tutor so he wouldn't fail English.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Well, did he pass?
Yeah, he passed because we had to, we paid $300 for a tutor.
What did he wind up getting?
Oh, he got an A.
Was he getting a lower grade before that?
Shut up, Jimmy.
Yeah, he was getting a D.
All right, thank you, Jay.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna move on. Obviously, get into some other things. Oof. Here's the Bill's dead phone call though that we're gonna try to do in Spanish.
Recreate.
Yeah, we're gonna recreate in Spanish after the show. In la carretera.
Oh boy, this is gonna be.
I can't wait to hear a Bondi.
One.
Yeah, do a couple of lines, Ed, just really fast.
Hola. ¿Quién es esto?
Do you're kidding. Oh, my God.
Where's that one?
Down right around here.
Oh. I can't find it.
Whose is this?
Yeah, who is this?
Who is this?
That's the one you just did, Kiana es esto.
It doesn't say who is this.
Yeah, who transcribed this?
We want literal translation.
We said that. Who is this, is what she says.
Who is this?
So that would just be Kian es estos, right? All right.
Yeah.
Yes, Nathaniel.
Oh, it says, who is this? Oh, he added it in with a little pen. I see.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
We're doing some late-minute revisions. You're going to have another draft in just a few minutes.
Oh, good.
Speak Spanish?
No.
Hair, but Mars is doing
Yeah, Mars is helping us out.
Speak Spanish?
Yes, very well.
Yeah.
Ay,
I
no.
don't know.
¿Quién es esto?
Dude, you're kidding. Oh, my God, over here. Look, it's right here, Ed.
Oh.
Estás bromando. Ay, Dios mío.
This could work. All right, here's the original phone call. Wait, which one?
Next to the last line.
¿Adonde?
All right. We wanted to do this before the show, but we're short-staffed today, so we'll get that on the radio tomorrow, it looks like. Maybe we'll get a couple more of the classic bits and do them in Spanish. All right. Yeah, here's the original Bill's Dead phone call. When we get back, we got lots to do today.
Oh, no.
We have to get into the Britney audio. It's pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Hello?
Hi,
Hi.
Bill.
Who's this?
Pat.
Hi, Pat. How are you?
Now, this is the wrong Bill.
Well, Pat, I have some bad news.
What?
Bill died today.
You're kidding? Oh, my God.
Yeah. It's tragic.
Who's this?
He was in a car accident today.
Oh, no. Who is this?
It's John.
John?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh, my God. I don't believe it.
Yeah.
I was just talking to him.
I know.
Where did it happen?
This afternoon
Where?
on the highway.
Oh, God love him.
Yeah, big pile up.
Well, be sure and give the kids my condolences.
Okay. Well, I gotta go.
All right, John.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Boobs always bring this show to a halt. Oh, screeching halt.
I don't play it.
Whip 'em out Wednesday. Whip 'em out Wednesday.
Whip 'em out Wednesday. Whip 'em out Wednesday.
Oh, this is fantastic. This stuff is beautiful. Whip 'em out Wednesday. Whip 'em out Wednesday.
Those are real. Wow, that's cool. How about the woman that took her shirt off?
Ah, yeah.
Sexy girls. Sexy girls. You have signed Girl Show Boobs. Boobs. I see boobs.
Yes.
You just got wowed.
Wow.
It was amazing.
That's nice.
Opie and Anthony.
Hey, yeah.
It's world-renowned.
It's Whip 'em out Wednesday. It's Whip 'em out Wednesday.
checking out the Opie and Anthony program on this fine Whip 'em Out Wednesday. The whole WOW thing slowly but surely growing. The O&A show slowly but surely growing. Adding listeners every single day.
Yeah.
As far as WOW goes, we know it happens. We know it works. We can't push it too hard because basically with this new show, we're a national talk show now. And what's that about?
For the music. Kid falling in a pool.
Oh, stupid me. As far as the WOW goes, yeah. Our audience is spread around the country now, so we used to be able to focus on WOW a lot because it was in, it was happening a lot in New York, Philly, Boston, Washington. Now our listeners are spread out all over the place. So basically, if you want to get involved with WOW, get a sticker on your car or write it in the dirt in the back of your truck, make the homemade WOW signs, and just pretty much go about your business. That also supports the show.
Right.
And guess what? You will get flashed. A lot of people get flashed every single day because there's girls that, they see the WOW. They understand at this point that means you guys want to see some boobs. And some of you ladies out there want to see boobs, and they'll oblige. So if you need a WOW sticker, self-addressed stamped envelope, write to us here in New York City, and we'll send out the WOW stickers immediately, okay? That address is up on opieandanthony.com. Whip 'em out Wednesday. What's going on over there, Anthony?
I'm just reading instant feedbacks. People, a couple of people, upset.
Why?
Calling us bandejos. You guys can't even speak correct English. Why?
Well, he makes a good point.
Yeah.
Makes a good point.
And then Jimmy, America didn't invent the automobile. Companies like Stutz and Duesenberg were producing steam and gas cars in Europe 30 years before Henry Ford.
Not
All
true.
Ford did was create the affordable gasoline-powered car.
Exactly. That's all we care about. Take the Stutz and hit a pole in it, stupid. No one cares about the Stutz.
What the Stutz?
Europe invented nothing.
Yeah, that steam-powered car really was taken off.
Exactly.
Roll around in a steam car.
Yeah, like who's believing that spaghetti was invented by the Japs? I mean, come on. Stop.
No one.
Stop it. Stop. Oh, the Chinese?
Same thing.
Same thing.
Marco Polo.
Just slightly different angles in their eyes.
What is that? Italy. Italy.
America invented everything. That's the way it goes. Sorry.
That's it.
Except for that faggot who did milk. That's it.
Louis Pasteur.
Exactly. No one cares.
Milk.
Big deer.
Louis Pasteur. He pasteurized it.
Good for him.
He makes his name the process.
Yeah.
Well, he Nortonized it.
Yeah, that means you drink it and it comes out the end and stinks. That's what happens when I drink milk. I fart a lot.
He Nortonized the milk.
Hate Louis Pasteur.
Oh, people come up with ideas elsewhere, maybe, but you know where they all get made and made right.
Like Windows.
Yeah.
90% of the world's computers, which is Apple, whatever, but it's all here. I don't want to hear it. It was actually some guy, and no, it wasn't.
Guess who invented radio?
Marconi.
No, you and I.
What? Who? Howard?
No, you and I invented radio.
We invented it?
Yes. Because we do it best. Bests? Hey, I got the latest issue of Giant Magazine.
Yeah, what is that?
I like this magazine. I guess...
is this the latest in the
genre?
Male-oriented magazine?
Man, it's getting confusing. You go to these newsstands, and it's all these magazines. It started with, I guess, FHM and Maxim.
Actually, Details.
Was it Details started going down that road?
And then Details changed.
Oh, that was because Mark Golan, or whatever his name was.
He went to Maxim.
Yeah, he was the one that pretty much started this genre. You're right.
Yeah, Details.
And he was at
like
Details.
That.
Okay. An old friend of ours. And then he moved on, and I don't know what he's doing now. But now, because of him, I believe he invented these men's magazines.
I invented the men's magazine. Tell him, Fred. In Washington.
Notice Fred didn't pipe up.
You just tie a bandana around a magazine.
Because even Fred knows you're insane.
Jackass. Those magazines are great.
That's the best part of that WOW clip with Howard.
Yeah.
Where he goes, tell him, Fred.
Tell him, Fred.
And Fred just
says nothing.
Says nothing.
I would love to have a mind-reading machine right then, just what was going through Fred's mind.
Because even Fred knows he's insane. Going into break, play that clip so you can listen to Fred say absolutely nothing because he knows Howard's insane about it.
Right.
Anyway, so now you go to the newsstands and there's a million of these magazines, and I guess Giant is one of the latest, but I gotta tell you.
Reading those things, quick hits, you could go through no matter how long. If it's a long dump, you go to a longer story. If it's going to be quick, You could just do those little things, maybe a top 10 list or a little factoid on the side of the page.
I'm actually digging this magazine a lot. It's pretty good. And they have a section called Fallen Giants, people who have died in the last month or two, okay? Oh. And they have the obvious ones that made the news, like Jim Capaldi, who was in Traffic, has the drummer there. Also John Vernon, who was obviously who, Anthony?
Gene Wormer.
That's right. He died at 72 last month. Well, actually in February. Complications from heart surgery. And then they got some obscure deaths. And a couple of these really, really surprised me. Actually, one in particular. But first, the crash test dummy inventor died.
Oh.
Imagine if he died in a car accident.
Ouch.
But he died of some kind of rare bone marrow disorder at the age of 90.
Jesus. Come on.
Okay. And then this guy, Robert Kearns, died. Intermittent windshield wiper inventor. He died, Anthony, of cancer.
Boy, they worked on those things for a while.
You think the cancer came and went? It's got the cancer buzz like, oh, good news, you're all clear. Oh, bad news, it's coming back. And then
those things really stunk when they first came out. You couldn't adjust them fine enough.
Right.
So it was like too slow for the rain sometimes, or too fast, and you get that raking across your windshield. Now you get it. You could adjust it.
3 levels.
Yeah, 3?
Well, I have a Saturn. You have a Cadillac.
Oh, my God. It's not even like a click, click, click level thing. It's this smooth thing where you just slowly can turn it down like a volume knob.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's fantastic.
I need a better car.
Yeah, so do I. I gotta move out to the suburbs so I could have a nice car like you.
You got a $3 million apartment, though, don't you, Jim?
Yeah, sure I do, yeah.
From the Bloomberg building?
$3.5 million on the 58th floor of the Bloomberg building. Mike and I were talking.
Yeah.
Esto está la donde?
Mucho dólares.
We were watching soccer and I yelled, Goal!
Anyway, in the obits section of this giant magazine, then they have deaths that you may have missed. They weren't important enough to make the news.
Uh-huh.
Like the actor who played the wheelchair dude in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
Really?
Dead. He's dead.
Oh.
Also, Eric Griffiths, 64. Anyone know who?
Yes.
You know who Eric Griffiths is?
Absolutely.
Does not even know who that is.
I certainly do.
You are a liar, pants.
You want to talk about a guy that he's like near miss to greatness. It's
near miss to greatness.
Yeah. Didn't want to take a guess who Eric Griffiths is? 64 years old.
Yep. All right. Is it movie?
No.
TV.
Are we going to play 3 guesses and then you have to guess?
No, I'm going to go as many guesses as I need to get a hint.
Yeah, but that's not fun.
I need a hint.
TV, you said?
Yeah.
Do you really know, Jimmy?
Yeah, I don't want to say anything.
He doesn't know.
You're lying, right?
He's a liar.
Yeah, I can see now he's lying.
He's the son of Mr. and Mrs. Griffiths.
Griffiths.
What a hard name to say.
Eric Griffiths.
Is it television?
There's people out there that know, believe it or not. TV, no.
An inventor?
No.
A doctor?
No.
An astronaut?
Stop.
A radio jockey?
Stop.
Invented wow.
Shut up.
He was with somebody when they had a major invention, kind of like Graham Bell's guy.
You're
All right, listen. He's a musician, Anthony.
Oh, a magician.
And he was this close to just amazing
the
greatness.
The original somebody from the Stones.
Close.
Wow, really?
The Who. So the original somebody from the Who.
No. Led Zeppelin?
Zeppelin?
So maybe a producer?
He fingered Yoko Ono at an E.T. screening.
Enough. Eric Griffiths, 64, guitars for the Quarrymen.
Oh, the Quarrymen, so the Beatles.
The pre-Beatles skiffle band that included John Lennon, Paul McCartney, and George Harrison.
Great. So he's another loser like Pete Best.
I would love to know more about this guy.
What happened to his life?
How do you even live with yourself? You're that close to being a Beatle. And you don't make it.
What happened to his life?
Why did he get booed out of the band?
He died at 64, January 29th. He was, and I mean, it was the band. It was John, Paul, and George.
You want to know what he's thinking, Opie? Just give a call to Pete from around the corner.
Wait a minute. What was... Was Ringo playing then or not yet? It was John,
No. They got Ringo later. It was John, Paul, and George.
Yeah.
And so this guy's a drummer then, a guitarist or a drummer?
He was a guitarist, another guitarist for the band.
They had another guitarist?
Another
Pete
guy.
Best, probably.
Oh, yeah, Pete Best, probably?
Yeah.
But a lot of people know Pete Best.
Yeah.
But I never heard of Eric Griffiths. And he was basically friends with these guys growing up. He was in the band that would become the Beatles, and he didn't make it. Oof. He has to live with that every single day of his life.
That's rough.
I'm surprised he made it to 64.
Did he leave or get thrown out? They don't say?
No.
What happened to Pete Best? Ringo was just better? I mean, they just...
No, I think Pete Best was an asshole. And
weren't they going for like a sex symbol too? And I don't know, like Ringo had more charisma or something.
And Ringo was an awful drummer.
Yeah, because Pete Best supposedly was a really good drummer.
Do you remember when he called in that day? That was Erin's day, and she asked if he was kind of happy when John Lennon got shot.
Right.
No, that was Kimmy said that.
Oh, okay. I thought that was
Kimmy said it to his face.
Oh, was okay.
Kimmy from Survivor was in. We had Pete Best.
Yeah.
And it was one of the best questions ever asked on the show to a celebrity.
She really said that to his face?
Right to his face goes, were you happy when John Lennon was shot?
Weren't they all the best questions? Because Pete Best. Yeah.
Well,
yeah, there, tow truck for toes. All
right, there's two others on here. Then you had the Doobie Brothers drummer died.
Oh.
And then this one. This is the one that just shocked me and brought this to the show today. Nicole DeHuff died.
Wow. No.
I know, exactly. But we've all seen the movie she's in. Or what was in. She was 30 years old.
30?
And now I want to know, what she died of. They don't say what these people died of.
Perhaps IMDb will have it.
Good point, Ant.
Let me take a look, see.
She was the actress.
What's her name?
Nicole DeHuff. D-E-H-U-F-F.
D-E what?
H-U-F-F.
What movie? What was the year of the movie she was in? Do you know to say? Or like around when?
Only a few years ago. Within the last 3 or 4 years, I guess.
Oh.
What?
Pneumonia?
What?
That seems a little vague.
A little hivish.
A little hivish, doesn't it?
Well, she was 30 when she died, February 16th, Anthony. She was the actress who played Greg Focker's girlfriend's sister in Meet the Parents.
Meet the Parents.
She was the one that got the bloody nose. She was the one getting married.
Oh, okay.
Right.
And Ben Stiller's character there, smashed a volleyball into her face, and she's bleeding as she's coming out of the pool. I mean, she had, not much of a role in it, but she's dead.
Owen Wilson's girlfriend in that one, right?
No.
No? I remember she got hit with the...
She was the one getting married.
Oh, wow.
They were both getting married or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She died in February. That sucks.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Pneumonia.
You get pneumonia in this day and age unless...
This day and age.
Unless
Is
you
she
have...
the one that got diagnosed with something like she went to the hospital and they said, oh, you just have a cold and sent her home?
I don't know.
I think I remember reading something about,
that. But there you have it. It was just
Urban Johnson.
No. Speaking of Magic Johnson.
Magic is just fatter than ever.
Dude, that AIDS thing is overrated, man. They have a picture of Magic Johnson in the paper today. I've never seen, I think Anthony brought it up, I've never seen a bigger head on an individual in my life.
Jesus.
Look at him. He's quite healthy there. What?
That's awful.
I know, but Jesus.
It's true, though. I mean,
she's the only guy that caught AIDS and put weight on.
Yeah, dude, he was diagnosed. I was doing radio in Buffalo. That to me, that seems like a lifetime ago.
Mm-hmm.
So that's got to be 15 years ago. And everyone thought he wasn't even going to make it to 91, 92.
You remember the Newsweek cover? It said even me. And it had a silhouette of him with a basketball. It was a great cover.
Really?
Yeah. Back when, no one thinks straight people were getting AIDS.
Right.
And Eric found the story. Meet the Parents star dies after 2 misdiagnoses.
Yeah, I thought I read something.
The actress who was famously smashed in the face by a volleyball in Meet the Parents died last month after 2 medics misdiagnosed her pneumonia.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pneumonia is something in a young person, a girl her age. Pneumonia, you should be able to clear up pretty easily if you diagnose it. If you don't, you're going to drown. Drown in your own snot.
Wow, man, that is just freaky.
Awful. You know who else is gone very recently? April 5th this year. Remember Debra Lee Scott?
Debra Lee Scott.
Debra Lee Scott.
Actress?
Actress.
How old?
Mm-hmm.
Sitcom?
Yeah, a couple of sitcoms. She was born in 1953.
So she was only, what, do the math, 52-ish?
52?
Yeah. 52.
Okay.
She was in Welcome Back, Kotter. She played Hotsy Totsy in Welcome Back, Kotter.
Oh, wow, okay.
Uh-huh. She died recently. Her family said she drank herself to death. And what a tragic story. She was, I think, engaged or married to a cop who was killed on September 11th at the World Trade Center.
Oh, wow.
Never recovered. Tried to move to Florida to get on with her life. Fell into drinking and just drank herself to death. Hotsy Totsy. Remember Hotsy Totsy?
I don't remember her.
She was also in Dirty Harry, 1971, uncredited. She played a body that they pull out of some kind of well, completely naked.
We got the clips right there.
That's her right there.
Mr. Skin comes through again.
Big 1971 Earth Mama muff on her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pulling her naked out of a well.
That's it.
That was her, huh?
Mm-hmm.
A nice little body back in 1971.
You're kidding.
Howie in New York. What's up, Howie?
Yeah, I just want to let you guys know there's another fat fuck out there with AIDS, too, and he's been around forever, too. A guy from Poison, man. If you've seen pictures of him, he's like 400 or 500 pounds, and he's HIV positive.
From what?
From Poison. One of those guys from Poison who's got HIV.
Does he?
Yeah, I believe it's the bass player or the drummer. One of those two guys. And if you see him, like, you wouldn't believe it because he's not initiated at all.
What's his name?
I can't think of his
CC
name.
doesn't have it. CC has AIDS?
One of those guys. I don't know.
I don't know if that's true. Ben's saying yes. CC DeVille has...
Ben. We're going on Ben for the info?
Ben, the gossip guy?
Wow, well...
One of them fucking guys, bro.
All right, thank
anyway,
you.
I'm punching out.
All right,
I can't
cool.
believe Ben, because he's typing it and laughing.
Yeah.
It's the only name from Poison he can remember.
Nah, Ben's pretty accurate with his info.
I don't know about that.
Huh?
I don't know about that.
I've never heard Ben say an accurate thing. Ever. What?
Dog.
Tony, caught it in Boston.
Him and Tom Brady.
Let's see. Okay, let's move on with some other stuff. I thought that was interesting. Weird. We got clips from the Britney show. Britney and Kevin, chaotic.
This is probably how this got started. There's a story here that came out on May 8th. It says, it was later revealed that the AIDS virus contributed to his death. I can't see who they're talking about because it's kind of just like in the same sentence as this. And then they go into birthdays, and it's Robert Zemeckis, Tim Roth, and CC DeVille.
They all died of AIDS?
Yeah. Let me see.
Hawk's over there nodding like it's a fact. I'm telling you, I'm talking to the doctor.
What?
Dr. Sparks.
Hawk, you got some info over there, Hawk?
No.
No.
Something else. All right, let's get into the Britney and Kevin thing. The show premiered last night, chaotic. Getting some pretty good reviews. I guess Britney loves the sex.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They're kind of playing that up, huh?
Oh, yeah. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, they're saying that this is the best celebrity reality show since the Osbournes.
Ooh.
Because it's very revealing. They're not doing fake reality. They're doing real reality, Anthony.
Yeah.
There's fake reality shows out there like Survivor and The Amazing Race. And
the Fat Actress. Is that still on?
Fat Actress? Who knows? That came and went. No one cared about that dumb show.
Yeah.
No one cares about most of the reality shows, really.
Because that show wasn't based on reality. They were trying to do a Curb Your Enthusiasm type thing with bad actors. All right, Britney and Kevin from Chaotic, Anthony. Let's just play the first clip here. It's quick.
People can take everything away from you, but they can never take away your truth. But the question is, can you handle it? Can you handle my truth?
Shut up. Can you handle my truth?
Oh, what a cornball.
Jimmy's having an aneurysm over there.
What is her truth that we might not be able to handle?
Like what? You like banging a guy who speaks like he's from 145th Street when he's not? That's the truth? You lip sync? You're boring? Yeah, those are truths I can't handle. Don't tell me that. I can't live with it. Yuck.
They look like boobs, but they're not. They're my knees. They're my knees. Ha
What did they say about this?
All right.
Most forced reality show since Anna Nicole Smith?
This is horrible.
Stop trying to be quirky. Stop trying to have personality, stupid. You're hot because you have a great ass and you're attractive. Be that. Don't try to act like all of a sudden you're interesting. You're not.
Yeah. What's wrong with that, guys?
She's not interesting.
There is nothing there. There is nothing there.
These are my knees.
Ooh. Showing her knees.
She's saucy. I bet she was sitting under a big shirt. I bet she had like a big nightshirt on.
Yeah. No?
No, what was she doing, Hawk?
Was it
Apparently,
Hawk?
it's your favorite show?
She got a new camcorder, so she's testing it out, and she's just pushing her knees together, and when it fades in, it kind of looks like boobs real fast.
Oh.
So she's just being an idiot.
So this is junk footage that people have at home that you never sees the light of day from their video cameras.
Right.
Put on television because she's Britney.
Whatever executive green-lighted this, I hope you fall into a sewer grate. I hope if they film up and catch your taint and see a tumor on it.
I got to get smashed in the face here. Go ahead, Jeff.
Opie,
Yeah.
you're a disaster of a linguist, my friend. Jim just have an
aneurysm? I caught it, too.
You suck.
What did he say?
An aneurysm.
Aneurysm?
Yeah.
I've always said it that way.
It's an aneurysm. It's kind of like a cross between a brain explosion and a mannerism. Yeah, I fucked up. I said the same thing.
Bananerism.
He says tomato, I say tomato. Wait.
I'm going to figure out how to do Zoom, y'all. Hold on. I'm doing it now. Okay. Right now, we're talking about commitment and relationships and what we think are, when's the timing right, like in marriage and that whole thing.
Are you insane?
I can't believe this. This is horrid.
When the time is right, once again, the guy she's now married to, this Kevin guy, had a fiancée that was pregnant with their second child, and she's going to tell us when it's right for marriage.
This is before she got married.
Huh?
This is before she got married. It's building up.
Good point, Hawk.
Then.
What do you think about commitment, Laurentius?
I think I'm into a committed relationship.
Oh, my God. So now she's talking to her staff.
Who's this fruitcake she's talking to?
Obviously a homosexual gentleman.
Of course.
It's got to be the makeup artist,
Yeah, I believe in a committed relationship. Yeah, I'm sure you do when you're in a bathhouse getting a massage. Little flip-flops on. Stupid.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's not her bodyguard.
Got to commit to putting your mouth against that glory hole.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to take it, you just got to hold it there until he's finished. All right, thank you.
What do you think about commitment, Laurentius?
I think I'm into a committed relationship, but I don't believe too much in marriage. I said that means free health care.
Free health care. Honestly, okay, I don't believe in marriage either. I mean, I've been married. But that was a different story. What do you think about marriage?
I think twice, though.
See?
All right.
Twice.
I was married once.
No, I've been there, done that.
That was a different story.
Yeah. No, I did it like in a... Oh, yeah, you read about it. Oh.
Well,
this is the show.
But the one thing she should have gotten into is, okay, yeah, you were married once. Get into that. Why'd you get married? Were you drunk? You're in Vegas, you get married at one of those chapels there to some guy from your hometown. Get into that whole thing. Maybe that might be slightly interesting.
Why don't you just tell everyone it was just a publicity stunt? They got your face on all the papers.
Yeah.
That's all that was. Everyone knows that.
What a bore she is.
This is a non-show. Oh, one of the news guys is dressed up in Star Wars regalia.
No, that's the Star Wars.
Oh, he's the fan?
That's
the guy
fanatic?
we're trying to find?
That's the guy we're trying to find?
He's like the big Star Wars
Negron
celebrity now. He's the Star Wars celebrity.
All right, hold on.
They're interviewing... Oh, wait, hold on.
After I saw the Star Wars movie.
And when did you realize you liked it more than the average person?
When the collection started getting out of hand after like 20,000, you're pushing it a little bit.
That is. And speaking of pushing it, I hate to bring this up, Eric, but a while back, your girlfriend said, look, you got to choose between me and, hanging around with goofballs dressed up like this. And you Stormtroopers.
My brethren.
What did you say to her?
I said Star Wars.
Wow. Any regrets? You got rid of her. She got rid of you.
No regrets.
They're applauding the fact
You have
that
a new
you shunned a woman.
Yes, I have a new girlfriend, and I'm very happy.
What does she think about it?
She hates Star Wars.
Okay. Don't you see a potential problem here?
Yes, I do. Actually, I do. I might get that fixed, actually.
What do you mean?
Well, actually, she gave in a little bit after she was looking at some Star Wars baby clothing. So there's hope there and promise.
Okay. Now, what do you do for a living?
I'm actually a tattooist, and I'm a special effects artist as well.
And is it true that you've got Star Wars tattoos all over your body?
Yes, I'm covered in Star Wars tattoos, actually. I have Obi-Wan.
Oh, my gosh. You really do. Check that out.
Did you make those yourself?
No, actually, I have people all over the world tattooing.
Look at that.
What do you mean
I have implants to make me.
I know this is radio, but that tattoo is pretty good.
Absolutely.
Those are implants?
Those are
implants.
Balls in there to make
Actually,
eyes
Teflon plastic.
Eric, what do your family members think about this?
Oh, they're very supportive. They're very proud of me.
Did they try to institutionalize you ever?
Never.
Now, what is going to change once you almost get engaged and almost get married? Almost could happen. You have a baby in a couple of months coming.
I'm going to sell my collection, actually.
Are you going to give it all up?
I'll give it all up.
What are you going to do, golf?
I'll draw, I'll paint. I'm a painter. I still tattoo, and I still make special effects, and we do fan films.
You saw the movie. What was it like?
It was awesome. It was like my girlfriend left me, basically. That's how I felt.
Oh, my God.
Like my dog died.
Is the last one?
Yes, it's the last one.
Let's just hope that Al-Qaeda doesn't get their hands on this tape.
Hey, how about latching on to Adam Sandler?
Makes us look ridiculous. Enough?
Oh, yeah. More than enough.
Thanks to Fox and Friends for that exclusive interview with the guy we were trying to get on yesterday. Oh, my God, what a nerd.
Now, are they gonna... They always make him do something wacky when they're done with the interview. Okay, why don't you have a lightsaber fight with your friend over there? Just pull each other's hogs out. Bang them together.
Take a quick break. More.
All right, that's it. Oh, my God.
I guess they're outside of one of the movie theaters?
Yeah.
Are they?
A lot of media around these places.
No, that's they're outside their Fox and Friends studio.
Oh, Fox and Friends.
I noticed the plaza there.
Boy, we should have somebody down there.
We're short-staffed today. Huh?
Danny's going to get him and bring him back up here.
Oh, really? We're going to try to get him?
Ooh.
All right. Back to the Britney and Kevin show.
Britney and Kevin show sounds really good. Because you could tell when they were sitting there, like, this is a couple with some interesting things to say. When they were on Ellen yesterday. I mean, they were just really good.
I really don't know why I was asking so many questions about commitment and marriage. Hello. Maybe because I hadn't had that in so long. It's something I kind of longed for, and trying to shout out to the universe, come to me in some weird way.
Right.
What? Look, man, I know she's a hot piece of ass, but her shelf life, 30 tops. Then it becomes absolutely annoying.
This could be pretty much the end for her if she can't snap back into shape after having a kid. That's pretty much it. And she doesn't really have the type of body that's conducive to snapping back into shape. You know? She's always been thick. Looks good on her. It works, you know? But could have a little problem there.
Her whole career depends on the fact that she's a hot piece of ass.
Right. Sure isn't her singing. She sucks.
She will not allow you. The reason the Osbournes worked is because they really did allow you to see the unsexy side of it. He's walking around, his gut hanging out. He just didn't care.
Yeah.
They will not allow you to see any quote-unquote ugliness.
Yeah, she doesn't
show.
want anything like that seen, and he's too cool for the room
to
want to even expose anything.
Nothing sincere about it.
Makeup artist for hours before they turn on their spontaneous cameras.
Just, interviewing the fag. What do you think about commitment?
Yeah.
Ozzy didn't do that. He just walked around and cursed. It was himself, and the dog shit all over the place. I mean, really.
Yourself a hit.
If you're going to try to be sexy and cute, it's not going to work.
No.
Hi. My ideal guy, I think, for me, would be somebody that's cool and not really fazed by that much stuff, and hasn't really seen that much because I have, and I'd like to see through him all over again. And kind of sweet and nice, and that loves me a lot. And that's really it. Kind of love. I don't care what they look like.
Yeah, really, you
don't?
don't?
To be Well, I do care a little bit what they look like. I don't want to be face ugly.
Why is there music playing in the background?
To try to
make it more interesting.
Perk it up a bit.
Yeah.
If you had any personality, why can't you just get by on your personality? Why is there we don't have music playing as we speak as human beings? What's realistic about that?
And that's the dumbest question you could ask anyone. You know, what's your ideal woman, Anthony? Or you know, you ask a chick, what's your ideal man all about?
Yeah.
And who's going to say, well, I want a chick that beats the shit out of me. Comes home drunk from the bar and hits me over the head with a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah. Supposed to be nice and sweet.
She named everything that every single person in the world would say.
She's a life hack.
She's a hack.
There's nothing going on there.
My ideal guy.
I saw a clip as they're promoting it, and they did a bunch of close-ups on her face, where you just see like her face in the camera, and it looked like one of those slap happy videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because her face is right in the camera, and you're just waiting to see gobs just fly into her eyeballs. But that never happens, of course, because that would be interesting.
At least Paris Hilton does what she should do. That's what you should be doing.
Right.
Banging and giving... That's what you do.
Sonny. What do you feel about commitment and marriage? I don't know.
She's talking to Joaquin Phoenix.
Change. I don't necessarily know if I believe so much in marriage. I don't either. Love is like the biggest mystery to me.
Girl, you're not I'm bitter.
I'm bitter Betty here, too.
Yeah.
It's all good.
We'll be bitter Betties
together. I think because I hadn't had a relationship in a really long time, I was very much bitter Betty, but I think talking it out to your girlfriend can kind of justify and create what you want, you know, in the future. I needed some companionship. And for some reason, I couldn't get this guy out of my head that I'd met.
Wow. She is a dope.
Nah, she's got some really interesting insights into things. I saw this guy and I couldn't get it out of my head. It's like, that should be on TV.
Scroat from Oklahoma City is suggesting this video end in a couple of beheadings.
That would be perfect. Bunch of rifles pointed. It'd be the first time I ever rooted for Al Zarqawi. Stop talking and get the knife out.
Oh, no.
No.
James from Fairfield is saying he has an IMUS alert. Sid just talked about a singer with breast cancer. I guess they're talking about Kylie Minogue has breast cancer, and how she will not look pretty, bald, missing a tit during treatment. Do you have tape? It was funny, but Sid will get fired. Sid can't keep his mouth shut. Sid knows no lines. He knows no lines. You think we don't know any lines. Yeah. We goof about stuff pretty bad over here, but believe it or not, there is some form of a line on this program.
How do you not love Sid?
Find it, but Sid says stuff like this on a show like Imus where, you know, I don't know. He's really going to be in trouble if he said that. Oof. Wow.
That's hilarious.
Oof.
It's vicious.
It is vicious.
And awful, but it is kind of funny.
Oh, my goodness.
You can't say that stuff on commercial radio anymore.
No.
Let's go to John in Yonkers. John?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Show was fucking awful. I mean, could she pick a weaker network, the UPN? I mean...
Oh, is that what it's on?
Yeah.
I don't think I watched anything on UPN.
Let me tell you something. I guarantee she shopped this everywhere. MTV and all the others just passed it. This is just awful. We don't care. It's Britney Spears. This just stinks.
Right, for MTV or even...
Oh, my God, this is perfect for MTV.
Or Spike,
who's
trying to get guys to like...
Right. And you know they all looked at it.
Of course they did. That's how these projects happen. You have an idea and then you shop it to everybody, and you start at the top and slowly work your way down to UPN.
And don't tell me MTV didn't get first crack at this.
No.
You know they did.
Oh, it's awful though.
Now that there's no Star Treks left, what's UPN got? What does UPN have?
Wrestling.
What's their big show?
Wrestling?
Yeah.
That's it.
And a bunch of black shows no one knows.
And now this.
In the House. I don't even know if that's on anymore. I don't know. I see commercial for it and go, is that still on?
Wasn't it called In the House?
In the House.
LL Cool J.
And who else? They got, who's the guy with the teeth? Who's the black guy with the...
Steve Harvey?
Steve Harvey.
Oh, God, I hate Harvey.
The Steve Harvey Show. Why do they have the white announcer for those shows, though? That sounds really stupid. The Steve Harvey Show. He'll be getting busy tonight on UPN.
I like Steve Harvey only because when he was headlining the Kings of Comedy Tour, he was eating his nuts. He actually had to host it. Well, he was following like Cedric and Bernie Mac, who just murder. And Steve Harvey didn't want any music. He wanted to just walk out. He's like, I'm a comic. I just walk out. And he was just eating his balls, so he had to host.
I'm going to look and see.
I kind of like that.
While you do that, let's go to Tim on Long Island. Tim, what's up?
What's up, guys?
Hey.
I just wanted to say, if you guys listen to the first few clips of Britney, everything she says is like the Jimmy interview bit. Where she starts saying something, and then just like, you know, and that's it. She just stops.
Right.
There's nothing of substance.
All right, thank you, buddy.
Oh, my God. It truly is. All right, at the top, they have Britney and Kevin Chaotic, Tuesdays at 9:30 Eastern, Pacific. And then featured shows. It's an entire black lineup on the UPN. Yep. They have Kevin Hill. Kevin goes head-to-head with Sarah's birth mother when she sues him for full custody. Wayne Brady and Tony Braxton guest star. Wow. Eve and Ludacris guest stars on that one. And then we have Half and Half. Dee Dee feels pressure as her law school graduation approaches. Oh, what's this, science fiction? And she hasn't landed a job. Blair Underwood guest stars. Okay. And then Girlfriends.
There's a show called Girlfriends.
Yeah.
All right.
And then One on One. They're all black. UPN now, since there's no Star Trek, it's just all black shows.
It's like Black Sex in the City.
Yeah. Let's go to Mike in New York. Mike?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Hey, man, this is awesome that I finally got you on satellite. Hey, what Sid said on Imus, is that nearly as bad as you guys having Fuel singing Baby Raper live?
No, because we presented that as one of the most offensive song contest entries.
Yeah, I was pretty amazed that Anthony went down that road saying that we actually know where the line is.
We do.
I just kind of went with it.
No, that's what I said. There is a line, but it's, I'll be damned if you can find it or make sense of it. But there is a reason for that song. It was presented. We had a contest called the Most Offensive Song Contest. Whoever wrote and sent in the most offensive song, judged by us to be the most offensive song, won a prize. So obviously those songs are going to be offensive. That's how it's presented. You're not surprised by it. That is the context it is presented in.
That line is like a drunk driver trying to get home at 4 in the morning, though, man. That line is just all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense what you just said, but there's people that have been fired for far less.
Well, the line here is not necessarily vicious content. The line on this show is there will be no compassionate discussions and no intelligent political discourse. Those are the things that we avoid on this program.
Like the plague.
By the way, can I suggest something? If you guys have another offensive song contest, you should have it, but because we're on satellite, you should not be allowed to curse in the song.
Yeah, you got to be creative. I think we should do that.
You can be really vicious, but you can't use profanity.
All right, let's go to Lenny in Indiana. Lenny?
Yeah, what's up, Doctors?
What? No, I didn't hear you.
I said, what's up, Doctors?
Oh, what's up?
Hey, that Britney Spears, I read that in the paper the other day that MTV or either VH1's going to air that after it's done with UPN, so it must be pretty bad that they couldn't even take first crack at that, you know?
That's strange. Yeah, they'll probably take the whole show and put it together in a nice greatest hits package. They don't have time to waste all those hours on the show.
And I hear Stupid Bets is coming back,
huh?
Or Camp Cool.
There you go, Jimmy.
There you have it.
A couple of Jimmy's pilots. Yeah. That is a phone call we are not going to. You could just
which one?
Why would we go to that one?
Which one?
Don't go to it. No, see, you go right to the one. I didn't even say it because you know what this idiot's going to say.
What, Ant? There's 10 phones that are on hold. I just guessed that it's this one.
I know.
I just guessed.
You totally went right to it because you knew.
How did I know? And it could have been any one of these 10.
I could guess what the last letter is.
Brent from Delaware. What's up?
Hey, guys, real quick, I just want to let you know UPN stands for Underpaid Negroes. Punching out.
Yeah.
See, that wasn't that bad.
That wasn't as bad as I thought.
He took the high road with the end.
Yeah, he certainly did. The high road. He went all the way back to 1962.
I was sweating.
Going back to the 50s.
Could have been worse, Anthony. Eugene from Louisiana.
Yeah, I was down here. My buddy and me were sitting there. My buddy's behind me telling me about girls going by, on the CB, and all of a sudden I'm sitting there driving, and this trucker said, "Hey, Warner, look to your left." I looked over, and this guy and his wife, riding along. She was wowing me her whole body. So.
Oh, nice.
Ah, you got
this.
this.
A little bit more than listening to the Al Qaeda torture films. A little bit more.
His voice.
I know, man.
What kind of truck you drive? A Tonka?
No, I'm on a hands-free. I drive a Freightliner.
How old are you?
28. I drive one of the slowest things on the highway. Y'all always probably cussing us out.
Dude.
Goddamn Warner trucks.
Dude, when you answer the phone, do people say, put your mommy or daddy on?
Probably. Actually, I go to customers and I have the customer there, like the guards and stuff, say, "Is your dad in that truck with you?"
How big is the truck? Is it this big?
53-foot trailer with a regular-sized Freightliner.
Oh, 53 feet. We don't have them here.
And are you a big guy yourself, or?
Nah, not really.
Yeah.
You got a real, kid-sounding voice.
Yeah.
Everybody tells you that.
You ought to go into the I Love New York City cops chat room.
Yeah. You can probably be an undercover cop in those chat rooms.
Probably.
All right, man. Well, the wow works. See, I told you. Thank you, Eugene from Louisiana. If you want to see some boobs on the highway, you got to get that wow sticker on your car. The address is up on opieandanthony.com. We send out the wow stickers to you.
Maybe
do they still have...
we can meet, Eugene.
I drive a truck. Sure you do.
Bob in South Carolina. What's up, Bob?
What's going on, man?
Hey.
I watched that Britney Spears show last night.
Yeah.
Awful, man. The first half hour was about her, so I got to get jerk in, but it was just an awful show.
You're jerking off to the Britney Spears show? Well, maybe they do have something there, then.
There you go.
Yeah,
Wait,
something.
Enough?
Most disturbing thing he just said, the first half hour. How long is this show?
Probably an hour, right?
It's an hour-long reality show?
Just babbling about nothing.
What a self-important ass.
Well, here's a good clip. What the staff and Britney... What's staff and Britney's favorite sex position?
Ooh.
The concept of today is, what is your favorite sex position? Thank you. Mo, what's your favorite sex position?
The bedroom.
The what?
The bedroom.
The bedroom. That's kind of sweet. He said the bedroom.
We need to know from you, what is your favorite position?
Okay. Mom, just ignore this whole part. Alrighty? And Dad, too. And Jamie Lynn, too. Okay? No, I'm not going to answer that.
Oh, my God. You're fucking kidding me.
What? That's pretty funny, though, because it's like...
Shut up.
What is she going to say?
Did you guys cut that up?
No.
That aired like that. You're shitting me. That aired like that. She didn't say anything about a position. Nope. You fucking bitch. You tease, you...
Say it.
What?
Say it.
What was that?
There's only a few... Obviously, it's not missionary.
Mom, Jamie Lynn, don't listen to that.
It's going to be doggy style or backward cowgirl. That's it.
And then she doesn't say what it is. This is, are you ready for my... What does she say? Truth?
Can you handle my
Can you handle my truth? Ugh.
But then again, I bet if it came out, she'd
Shut
say,
up.
I love missionary. I bet she'd say,
I'm sorry.
because it's loving and close.
She would never even say that.
No, she won't.
I knew right from the start she wasn't going to say
But
it.
Mo said, I'm going to guess Mo's her bodyguard.
The bedroom.
The bedroom.
That's not a position. It's a place, you moron.
Of course, it's a place.
You dolt.
Jim in Iowa, what's up?
Hey, Owen. Hey, what's up?
Hey, how are you?
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi.
Hey, I just wanted to let you know, Bruce Kelly on the 80s channel just did a dedication to Opie.
Wait, you broke up. What was it?
Bruce Kelly from the 80s shows did a dedication to Opie.
And what was the song?
Roxette, Dangerous. He said you guys love his channel.
Roxette, Dangerous? What does that have to do?
What an ass.
The channel is very good. The music is very good.
What the hell is wrong with that guy?
Let's dedicate a song to him. What band does Boring Windbag?
This is Roxette, Dangerous? By the way, Opie,
Your visual Bruce Kelly impression is classic.
Thank
One
you.
of the best I've ever
Anthony.
seen.
Thank you. Thank you. I only do a few impressions, and most of them are visuals. Thank you.
It is really hysterical
Thank you.
and right on the money.
Thank you. Man, the guy wants to be friends with us so bad, and it's just not happening.
Why is he
it's just
dedicating that to you?
I don't know.
Ooh, that's creepy.
The best is that awkward walkout 10 minutes later. Yeah, I got to throat clear.
Yeah, we're going down to Washington next week. So
Great. I'm sure he'll drop in.
Yeah, of course he will. He just sits down and grabs a mic because he's that important.
Hey, guys. How you doing? Good. We're doing a show.
Yeah, I'm going to dedicate a song back to Bruce Kelly here.
All right.
All right.
There you go.
It's a nice one. This goes out to Bruce Kelly on the 80s channel. Hacky, I know. I'm sorry. Very
hacky. Song for a song.
I just wish
we're playing his game
to get to the to the line.
Yeah, that was worth 5 seconds of airtime, not a minute.
What the heck? We killed a minute.
So, Opie, when is Bruce going to give you a pinball machine?
No shit.
TJ in Jersey?
No shit. Do we have the audio of me smashing the pinball machine?
Yeah, that was uncomfortable.
Bruce wants to know if you'll chat with him tonight on ilovenypd.com.
That's right. Little fat kid wants to just meet an older officer. Open my zipper, officer. Touch my midriff and upper stomach. That's how high I pull my slacks up.
I was going to say, oh man, you beat me to it. I was going to say the guy's 5'8", but the length of his pants are a 44.
He really is a long pants-wearing ass. Hey, fucking William Frawley, you want to learn to cuff the bottoms?
Half his tie is tucked into his pants. Hey, look who's here.
You were just on TV.
Yeah,
sure.
Come on.
Should we bring him right in?
Stormtrooper? Of course we should.
We got a couple stormtroopers outside the studio. This was the guy that was
just a stormtrooper and a TIE fighter pilot.
Who cares? These guys were just on Fox and Friends.
Just saw you on Fox and Friends.
Hi, fellas.
That's cool.
Hey.
Stormtrooper.
Get up.
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Do you know the show at all, bro?
Yeah, of course. I've been listening for a couple of years
I know
now.
it's Wednesday. If you want me to whip something out, you got to give me some time.
It's a little rough
to get this gear off.
It's a little rough for the stormtrooper to whip him out. But, man, we read about you in the paper.
Thank you.
That was interesting, the whole take on the fact that you're... Did they hang you out to dry, or you are truly the geek they printed you as in the paper?
I am mortified, man. It's just they
you know, they kind of painted it as a guy who would rather choose Star Wars over girls.
I know.
You don't like girls.
I'm actually going to have a baby, man. I'm very happy. I'm with his new girl.
We know the whole deal. You're like
we read about the whole
thing. You're like a star. How many people are calling you and interviewing you?
We have like 3 more interviews right after this.
Really?
Where are you going next?
Some other XM radio station and some newspapers and Fox 5. CBS.
CBS?
Yeah.
Has Lucas contacted you?
Not at all. I was hoping that he'd read the paper.
With a lawsuit cease and desist. Stop wearing this. Wow. Now you made all these?
Yes, I made this. You cannot get this stuff anywhere. You know, you have to actually make it yourself.
And you make them for fan films?
I make them for fan films with this gentleman right here, SpatCave.com.
Yeah.
And we've been doing it for about 10 years.
I've checked out some of the fan films on the Star Wars fan film site.
The good ones.
What's that?
There are a couple.
I don't know
what's the name of that one?
Jedi House is the one we did.
Really?
Which was banned by Adam Films and Lucas for being too naughty.
Oh, yeah. Well,
but Anthony, explain what that's about, though.
These are fans of Star Wars that, given the availability now of software computer software, you could pretty much make a lot of
and with
special
mini
effects
DV
at home.
cameras being so cheap. Mini DV cameras are so cheap now. It's easy enough
DV
to make your
cameras
own.
and all kinds of special effects software, After Effects, and all kinds of great software. You can now make Star Wars movies at home. The trouble is, it can't all just be special effects. So you need guys to make the costumes. You need people to wear them and to act in your movies. And I saw a couple of trailers for a few that are coming out, I guess, this spring.
Well, the biggest
summer.
one right now is Revelations, which we were both in. We worked on.
Oh, you did? Because that's the trailer I saw, and that looked pretty good.
I played the Emperor and a biker scout.
The annoying drunk.
You're in that?
Drunk. Yeah, I was the annoying drunk guy.
Now I'm kind of taken over. I'm kind of in my geekdom. I'm kind of
Eric here played like
10
9.
I played about 10 aliens and a pilot and a guard.
Wait, I saw some of the footage from The Quarry.
Yeah.
That was shot with some of the CGI stuff in there. It looked like fucking Lucas did it.
Shane
really
Felix,
amazing.
the guy who made that movie, really went all out with that one.
Wait, so what's the goal? To completely reenact it, or
no? It's
or
a
give
whole new storyline, new characters, plot lines, and it's a whole.
It's basically
movie.
fans that wish they had been in the original movies.
Yeah.
This is their only way to really get anything, to wield the lightsaber on film and look
some
cool.
of them are done very well, and some of them are done very poorly.
So you take it upon yourself to create new storylines and stuff that you would have liked to seen?
It's like an expanded universe.
Yeah, it's between
I got
episode 3 and episode 4, that one. We did our own called Jedi House, and it's basically a comedy. It's a spoof about fraternities on the Jedi Academy campus. And so there's a lot of drinking and partying and stuff, and that one was banned by Adam Films. They wouldn't take it due to the contest. I only did it because there was a contest, and George Lucas picks the winner, and you get $2,000 if you win. That's the only reason I would ever do a fan film.
That's all that shit
money
put up
involved.
for the winner, $2,000.
Hey, you know what? The movie cost me about that, and it's the notoriety.
Did George
millions
Lucas
of people
Love
get to
I'm
see
saying
it.
he should have put more money up. He made $3 billion on merchandising. He should have given you guys a
He
little
should
more
have,
cash.
but
Did
anyway,
George
it was
Lucas
banned
and
by
Love
that.
win that or something?
No, that was before their
was?
time, but it got like the Lifetime Achievement Award or something.
What'd you think of Duality?
I haven't seen that one.
What's Duality?
That was another fan film that was put together that was done very well.
It's about the Sith Lords. Yeah, it definitely was awesome.
Great special effects, great ship sequence in the beginning.
Yeah.
Didn't you try to recreate the opening of Star Wars when we were on
I just
hiatus or something?
I got a bunch of software and just screwed. I didn't try to recreate anything. I just made some CGI scenes, ships and planets.
What are the odds of him remaking one of the first 3 or the first 3 films after
The
this?
next one is going to be the next one is A New Hope, the original one in 3D.
Yeah, he's going to go 3. That guy's making.
And then there's a scratch and snip version after that. I don't know what that is.
A TV series. He's going to do a TV series in about 2 years. And he has about 4 season plans to work that out.
Do you guys own the Christmas special?
Yes, I do.
I just got a copy of that a few months ago. And Kev gave me a copy. It is so funny. It is so bad.
I was just reading about that the other day. Can you bring that in?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, because the only way you could get it is in bootleg form.
Yep.
They never released it because it was so bad. It was a Star Wars Christmas special.
The first 10 minutes at least, maybe even 20 minutes of the movie.
That's the one with B. Arthur, right?
Yeah. Is just Wookiees at home. It's Chewbacca's family
cooking
during whatever their Christmas is, cooking and talking to each other with no subtitles in Wookiee. So it's just the whole thing. You're just sitting there screaming, your head's ready to explode.
Dude, bring it in.
Yeah,
the clips from that have got to be good.
That's the one Lucas wishes he had never made.
Yep.
Yeah.
He said that, and he just burnt every copy of it, and but now the fans have got it out on DVD at all the conventions and.
That was actually the first appearance of Boba Fett, though.
Yeah,
that cartoon
form. Yeah.
That's a cartoon?
Yeah.
Well,
no, part of it.
Well, part of it. 10 minutes.
Oh, it makes no rhyme or reason.
Yeah,
they go into
sense.
a Jefferson Starship video with some
Boba Fett and
it's awful.
Crazy.
Really awful.
What do you think of the Ewoks?
Oh, God. Don't even talk to me about those things.
Isn't it just awful how he has to put
have you guys seen episode 3 yet?
No.
I saw it twice already.
You have?
Yeah.
Very
I can't
good.
believe that he kills Yoda off. Well, he brings him back, and that's why in Empire and Jedi he's a puppet.
Oh, is that how it happened?
So.
I hear it's very good. I haven't heard one person.
It's good, but
it's
again, he does too much slapstick, funny, cutesy stuff.
Really?
It's still in there.
Just want to wrap
every droid in the movie has like this cartoon voice, this cartoon character voice, and it makes no sense.
He really bugs me, man. It's because he's going for marketing, and it's like, come on, dude, you made fucking $8 billion already.
Make a film for big boys. Make a film for big people.
The original Star Wars didn't taper down and try and cutesy it up, it was a great film.
Yeah.
And then after what from Jedi on, everything's just been about, can we make a video game out of this or what? And how many plush toys can we sell?
And plush toys, yeah.
The stupid cantina scene always irritated me, though. I mean, there was some parts...
In the original Star Wars?
Yeah, I know.
That's my favorite scene.
I just hated the elephant playing the horn. It was just...
For the time and budget he had to work
I liked
with.
it better than the Return of the Jedi when the special edition where they redid all the aliens as computer graphics, and it was crap.
Oh, what's that? I'm being told we've reached our complete geek limit.
Yeah, we sure have. Over the geek quota.
We're over our geek quota for the day.
We're letting him off the hook, though.
Oh, yeah, we're going to make fun of you some more.
Do you sleep in Star Wars sheets?
I do, sir, I do.
Oh, my God.
He's wearing a Star Wars thong right now.
And you got a new girlfriend. I know you're going to... And she's pregnant or whatever.
Yes.
You
What
can
are you
have
naming the baby?
It's actually, we found out it's going to be a girl, and it's going to be Annalise Arwen.
Oh, okay.
Lord of the Rings name.
You are really out there, man.
She loves Lord of the Rings.
What's your costume? Who are you supposed to be?
I am the new Episode 3 Clone Trooper pilot.
Okay, so I haven't
And I crash and die and burn in the first couple minutes of the movie.
Now you just ruined it for everybody. Now, don't
Do
even
you have a
bother
real
going to
job?
I'm a tattooist, and I work for this gentleman right here. We do special effects and makeup for fan films.
Well, you were just
Not
on
just
Fox
for
and Friends, and we want to really just trash and make fun of you, but then I was just amazed by your tat work.
Thank you.
Look, you got to see his left arm.
I got it. Everyone's asking to see the Tuscan.
No, we'll do. Can we get a couple pictures, and we'll put them up on the website so people around the country can see this?
Definitely.
It's got the implants, the Teflon implants that make the Tuscan Raiders' eyes pop out.
Hey, do you have any of the original? I know the Star Wars, the little figures from the 70s worth money. What's the little sand people are the most expensive ones still in the box, right? That's
the Jawa, the
Jawa. Yeah. It's he has a plastic cape. That's why he was actually. It's rare. You cannot find this thing. It's about $2,000.
Yeah,
or more.
And you're going to sell
it's so easy to fake.
You're going to sell your collection like you were saying on Fox and Friends?
I lied, but I might sell some stuff.
Dude, I'll give you $20 for it right now.
What's the most valuable thing you have, or the one you like the most?
The one I like the most, I have a life-size carbonite unit of Han Solo, which is Harrison Ford.
You have a life-size... Now, where
that's my dining room table, actually.
That's what... yeah, we read that in the paper. And laughed at that whole concept.
We had a big laugh over you yesterday.
How do you put a plate down on his face? Like, doesn't it wobble a little bit?
Actually, there's places on that thing.
Flat areas?
Yeah, there's flat areas, definitely.
Now, where did you get that? Do you bake it?
No, I actually bought that. That was Spencer's.
So where'd you meet your new girl?
I met my girl through tattooing, a mutual friend.
And then you had to warn her before you brought her to your house, right?
I warn everybody before I bring them to the house.
What other weird stuff you got out and about?
Well, as soon as you walk into the house, you're going to see the carbonite unit. And then you're going to see masks and props and things everywhere on the walls. You're going to see posters and toys everywhere.
What's the biggest prop you made? Ship? You make a ship? Or?
No. The biggest thing we made was a hammerhead alien creature for Revelations. It took about 7 days to make. We actually made a wire mesh frame, put foam around it, and we actually used duct tape
Where's the money come from for all that?
It cost us $100 to make it, and it looks like something that you would buy for $3,000.
Wow.
Actually, I think the most complicated thing we made was a puppet of the Hutt
from Jedi House.
Well, it's actually supposed to be Jabba the Hutt's nephew. Pinky the Hutt, like a 3-foot-long teenage Hutt. He's what got us in trouble for the fan film. The stuff he says was really naughty.
Penis-like?
No, it's just that he's naughty. He's trying to get laid.
He's trying to wax the wampa.
You got some clips of that? We'll play it on the show.
I can send you some, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Make sure you get their info.
Yeah, get their info. Let me know when that Revelations is done.
Revelations out.
Yeah, that's out already.
It's already out.
Pro.com.
Every time I went back, it said coming soon. So
I know it's up there, but the problem is they keep shutting down all the servers because everybody's downloading it. I mean, they had like 1 million downloads in like the first 2 weeks.
God, I don't get it.
Is this third one the best one of the new three?
Of the new three, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not saying much.
Get us the audio of the film that was banned. We'll have some fun with that on the show.
All right, cool.
We'll definitely have fun with that.
Back out. We'll be looking for you on television. Where are you going? CBS TV?
CBS, I think Friday, and today we're going somewhere else. I have no idea.
I'm going home and going to sleep. I haven't got.
Hey, it wouldn't hurt to say hi to Opie and Anthony. You know.
O-N-A!
O-N-A party rock. You know.
Yeah.
Man, and he sleeps in the Star Wars sheets.
You gotta sleep in the sheets, man.
I know you don't.
The same bed you're having sex with your new
broad?
Probably
put those sheets up on eBay.
Same bed.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, honestly. I wonder, have you ever been, like, going down on a girl and you just look down and realize you're making eye contact with a Wookiee and you're like, this has got to stop?
If the girl's that hairy, usually you got to throw her away, but...
Blooge on his sheets.
Yeah, are they sticky? Do you wash them? What's the deal?
We wash them.
That is weird.
It's amazing. For someone that called Star Wars people geeks, we have enough questions. But do you have this figure?
I know. What do you guys think of the Star Wars kid phenomenon? I love Star Wars kid.
Hysterical.
Is that still happening out there? I was
that died down.
I was going to that website.
The kid with the lightsaber thing? Yeah. That fell off the face.
It was great, though, for a while. People were putting him in all kinds of situations. Well, it's some kid that at school, he took a school video camera and was taking a pole. I guess it was a pole you used to get...
mop.
It was a mop or something?
So.
It was a big, long handle, something. And he was using it like a double-edged lightsaber. And he's a little fat kid.
And he filmed himself.
Doing moves, and it was all awkward.
Doing moves, and he's slipping as he's trying to do these dumb moves. And then
people took the video and put it online.
Yeah.
People at school.
Yeah.
And people then downloaded it. And we're adding in real lightsaber light and putting him in situations in Star Wars movies.
And then other movies, too.
And his mother got all mad that he was being laughed at.
It was hilarious. I think they had some Saturday Night Fever music in one of the videos. Yeah. So it looked like he was dancing. And it was very, very funny to
Star Wars
out.
Is just huge. And, you know, online, those fan films are huge.
All right. You want to plug the tattoo shop?
Sure. Lucky Cat Tattoos.
Lucky Cat Tattoos?
Lucky Cat Tattoos in Miller Place, Long Island.
Miller Place.
You got a Darth Vader tattoo?
I have a Darth Vader on my chest.
You do?
He's whipping it out.
Wow, yeah.
Right.
Is your whole body tattooed, basically?
Pretty much. A lot of it.
And mostly Star Wars stuff?
All Star Wars.
All Star Wars.
Except for my neck.
How old are you?
I am 33 years old.
I'm 36. Did you see it in the theater when it first
I saw it in the theater, yes. It was a double feature with The Deep.
The Deep.
He remembers that.
Fordham Road in the Bronx. Can never forget that.
Wow.
All right.
Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate you letting us on.
Guys,
memories.
We're still doing radio. Go get your XM and you can continue listening to us again.
I got XM. I'm all right.
There you go.
And don't forget to check out spatcave.com. There we go.
How do you spell that?
SPATCAVE.com.
Oh, Spatcave.
Like a small fight in a cave.
All right. Let's get these guys out of here.
Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.
We're going to let you be.
O&A.
It'll take me like 10 minutes to stand up, though.
I got to get a photo with you two.
Got to help the stormtrooper up. Jimmy, get a little photo.
Yeah. You know you'd be useless in a fight. You realize that, right? The guy can barely move. He looks scary as shit, but one push and he's going over.
Come on, Paul, take a picture of me and the Star Wars guys.
All right, well, they're in their costumes again.
How do stormtroopers take a leak?
I don't know. This is...
I'll give you my camera. I'll get a picture with you two if you don't mind.
There you go. All right, we're going to take a break.
You
should have heard, by the way.
Should have heard Danny talking about his walk down the street with these guys and the looks that they got and the looks in the building. And
oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Why? Because they walked in like this, right? With their
I think I should just go on the elevator. I just got to see this. Go downstairs.
All right, guys. Thanks. Anthony, when we get back, we'll play some more clips from the Britney and Kevin Chaotic Show.
Great.
Rehab Dope Slut. We got some audio. And we got Bill Cosby in the news. I'm just looking around here. What's going on?
The one with the helmets off. So.
The one with the helmets off, of course.
You got a microphone and a little amplifier?
Did we run into you? Did we run into you at the electronic show?
Probably.
You look familiar at the remember at the Javits there?
Was it at the Javits?
No, it wasn't me, but I do so many other things. You look familiar, too, so I'm sure I've seen you somewhere in one of these events somewhere. Yeah. Or you've probably been to my website looking for porn by accident.
Oh.
Very well.
No, I get so many hits from people because I give Mardi Gras photos, and everybody goes there looking for the nudes, but it's just like, us drunk at Mardi Gras because I try and keep the website PG-13.
Right. He also looks a little like Dante from Clerks.
Yeah. I get that, and I also get John Cusack a lot when I didn't have the goatee.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. All right, get out of here.
All right, thanks.
See you guys.
All right.
You got the blaster.
Like sand through the hourglass, so is the O&A virus.
But can I honestly say anybody rips me off? I mean, when I hear the same exact bits done, that's how I say it.
I mean, what about WOW? That's totally their idea.
Oh, there you go. Okay. There's something new.
Well, and then...
There's something new. You know what? I used to do that in Washington, D.C. Tell him, Fred. I used to have people tie bandanas around their cars so that women would take their clothes off in the cars. Dude, get with it.
All right, well, I mean...
Give me an original idea.
Well,
Come on.
I mean, I know.
I used to have my listeners tie a bandana around their car. I mean, I've done it all.
What about going off on...
I
totally know that's you.
All right, okay, whatever. I got to go. Please, I don't really want to get into a discussion like this.
So delusional.
That is really funny.
See,
Someone found the clip.
Yeah, that's something we couldn't play on the old show because of the gag order that he placed on us.
How do you tie a bandana around your car? That's a great one. That's a big bandana.
What's the matter? My car has cancer.
People throwing frisbees to their cars, jumping, grab it.
Just showing your age, man. You can't even tie bandanas to antennas anymore.
It's all hippied out. You honk the horn, like beep, beep.
Dude.
Honk, dude.
He's so delusional.
Oh, man.
Just admit it. Wow is such an original idea.
I invented everything. I've done it all. He even said, I've done it all. Wow.
Even the stuff that's going to be invented, I did already.
There's no
I went into a time machine
Everyone
and I already did it.
Kill themselves.
Right.
I've done it all. I was the first one to do anything. Marconi ripped me off, Robin. Remember the what was that thing called? .. Morse code. It was Howard code earlier. The guy ripped me off. I invented SOS. Robin. What a complete jackass. He's the guy. Wow. Wow. He invented wow. And it had nothing to do with Whip 'em Out Wednesday or wow. It was tying a bandana around your car. Thank you, Howard.
And what were we supposed to do if you saw, like...
I don't know. He didn't really explain it very well.
Of course he's not going to explain.
If someone had a bandana tied around their car somehow, girls would get naked in the car? Was that what it wasn't even flash. Yeah, girls would get naked. They're driving, taking their clothes off, crashing into abutments, Robin. I invented traffic accidents.
A bandana around an antenna. That reminds me of something else I've heard. It's called the fucking flag. That's not exactly somebody's fucking invention.
I invented that, Robin. They say Betsy Ross did that. I sewed the stars on. Ooh, it was all me.
I don't care. I don't care. I honestly don't care. I don't care.
I invented that. Bandana was me.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
Whip 'em Out Wednesday on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Man, why were you saying losers?
Those guys. I just walked out of the building with them just to see the reaction.
Yeah.
People just look at them like, and they're like, yeah, we're famous. You know, they're bragging about how they're doing all this media. It's just completely, and just people watch them watch out 57th Street.
They're the guys today, that's for sure.
Yeah, don't be the buzzkill. They're having a
play-a-hater, Ben.
Yeah, I'm a play-a-hater.
You're a play-a-hater.
Ben just walked in. Losers. Just mumbling.
Losers. Just because you can't fit a stormtrooper costume over that hog of yours.
Hey, Ben.
They don't make it. But he's a little kid.
Remind Anthony through the email that he's got to bring in that Star Wars Christmas special.
Yes.
Do it
Email
tomorrow.
That to me.
Do it tomorrow, man.
Absolutely.
Star Wars is all the rage.
Incredibly bad.
What year?
It was 1978
or something. Like right after the movie came out, and they were just trying to capitalize on it. They put together this Christmas special with everybody from the movie. I mean, Harrison Ford's in it. Princess Leia is singing in it, and she's all drugged out. And
yeah, I was reading in a magazine. It put
Art Carney's in it.
Art Carney.
Art Carney is in it. B. Arthur is in it as the bartender in the cantina.
God will get you, Darth.
That's good.
Why did that weak-chinned idiot wait 16 years, 83 to 99? Why?
Because he could.
He wasn't doing anything else.
I mean, 16... What did he do in 16 years, really? I mean, he's done.
What else has he done besides the Star Wars?
I mean, obviously, American Graffiti is a massive hit.
It was well before that.
Right.
And then he did Indiana Jones. He was
American Graffiti. That was like a student film to him, man. He did that in his sleep.
Yeah.
Wait, how many Indiana Jones did he do? Oh, he directed all of them? Okay.
But not directed, no. He was
the producer, which is like...
Spielberg directed.
Oh, right.
Producer of these films, they just kind of give the money
and go, how's things going?
Sit back and go, oh, yeah, that's great. Cool.
One thing Lucas has done over the years is come up with a great technology for movie making. You know, stuff that people use every day in movie making now.
Well, he started with the little models, obviously. We all remember those specials. The making of Star Wars growing up was a huge show. Getting back to that special thing, though, I was reading a magazine. They said that put an end to the Christmas specials.
Ooh.
After that, no one was brave enough to attempt another Christmas special.
Another one of those type of Christmas
Because they all
special.
did it. The Brady Bunch Christmas special. Yeah. You name that favorite show of yours, they did a Christmas special. And then the Star Wars thing came out. It was a complete disaster. And they didn't do as many after that.
There is a scene where I think it's Diane Carroll is dancing around in front of the Wookiee-like grandfather. And it's almost like he's watching porno. He's kind of moaning and groaning. She's doing some sexy dance. And then Jefferson's starship is playing like on what looks almost like that chessboard from the Millennium Falcon. And it's awful. You can't watch it and not just cringe with embarrassment for everyone involved.
Did it get air? Did it make the air?
Oh, yeah.
It did.
It went on.
And then it's never been released, and then a few people obviously, got copies.
The copy I have, too, has the commercials in it and everything.
Oh.
So you hear like them cut away and go, "We'll be back with the Star Wars Christmas Special!"
Oh, bring it in.
Loud 70s
Bring it in
announcers.
tomorrow. That's an hour of radio, easily.
Then a commercial for like legs, pantyhose. And we wear short shorts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that in there?
Yeah.
There, where short
It was,
shorts.
then it was
old.
It was a
I can't believe I ate the whole thing. Things like that. Yeah.
All right, why don't we get back to the audio of Britney and Kevin and Chaotic Anthony? I guess that's where we were.
Dude, this stuff is like really embarrassing, this Britney stuff. It's like revealing and stuff. Like, I didn't want to know all this about her.
So much we're learning
it's
about her.
It's hard to handle.
You can't handle it.
Well, there was this guy that I'd met in the States, and I couldn't get him out of my head.
Well, I was living with my best friend from back home. We usually always hit this Monday night place, Joseph's.
I was in L.A., and I went out one night. I had my groove on that night, and I thought I was kind of hot.
It was just regular night, just like any other night that you go out and didn't expect anything. Britney was there.
I saw Kevin there. I just knew.
And a couple of her dancers introduced us. That was it.
He was very, very mysterious. He just seemed not fazed by anything, and just his whole vibe was really sexy. I like that.
She wound up dancing with me that night for a couple of minutes, maybe seconds, maybe. And that's how it started. We just started talking to each other and getting to know each other from that point, and I don't know. Magic happened.
Magic happened. We was getting busy.
Imagine you're just some dope at one of these clubs, and you're like kind of hanging near the dance floor. I'm going to take the other way with this one instead of the obvious jokes. You're there with your dopey friends from Long Island or Jersey or in one of these hot nightclubs in New York, even though this was somewhere else. And you're on the edge of the dance floor with your Budweisers, and you're just hanging, checking out the hot chicks dancing. And then all of a sudden Britney comes up to you and goes, "Hey, you want to dance?"
Hey.
What the fuck would you do?
She asked him, is that what was going on there?
Yeah.
And then he Jesus Christ, give me a break.
Even though he wound up marrying her and getting her knocked up, how satisfying would it have been if she came up and said, "You want to dance?" and he didn't look at her, just went, "Nope."
No. Oh, I must be gay. Yeah, look at that bodyguard. That's Marcellus Wallace.
We've seen him.
We've
seen him. That guy is a scary beast, man.
No, but Britney, man, she came up to me and stuff. And Britney even said, "I was having my groove on.
Oh.
Why don't y'all both stop trying to assimilate into a culture that rejects you? Do you understand, dummy? Hip-hop culture don't like either one of y'all.
They will create a mongrel race.
And both races will be destroyed. We'll create a mongrel race."
This is coming from Jimmy, who went down that hip-hop road for a little bit.
You were that guy.
Dude, I had fat laces. But I was 17.
Yeah.
Hip-hop was brand... It was, obviously, Sugar Hill Gang, whatever, Grandmaster Melly, all that crap.
Oh,
but this was when it was new.
Were you like, "Hey, cuz"?
Yeah.
Oh, you talk like that? Oh, is there
any record of this whatsoever in tape or video?
No, not to my knowledge. Video cameras in 83 were around, but everyone didn't have one. Every 5 seconds.
I would love to see you going. Yeah, I'm just chilling.
Oh, dude, it was.
It's
the only one of the only things in my life I look back on. I kind of cringe.
Yeah, I'll
tell hooker stories, the tranny story, but
right.
It just this one is like.
Oh, yeah. What up? What up?
Oh, dude, there's some embarrassing fat laces, Kango hats. Ew. And I remember one time me and my friend were in New Brunswick, me and my friend Eddie, 2 white homeboys, and some black guys were going to beat us up. So I had to stay in the shoe store and call my dad to come pick us up.
Wow, tough guy.
Oh, yo, man, you got to pick us up, Pops.
Yo, Pops. Yeah, I'm chilling. No, you got to come pick us up. Bring the hoopty.
You ever do the slow fade with your hair or anything?
No, my hair was always torture, so I kind of like the whole hat culture because I can hide it.
Wow. We're bringing back an old bit starting tomorrow where members of the show and the other players like, Voss and Patrice and what have you, where we bring in embarrassing tapes and let everyone else smash them.
Right.
I don't know how bad it's going to be tomorrow. We'll see. But I got it... Anthony and I's first show. We haven't been together.
Bad. It's awful. I've listened to it.
Yeah, I haven't listened to it in a while.
It's awful.
I was doing my own show, and then this was the first show where Anthony came in, and we did pretty much a whole show together.
First of all, I'm hammered. Secondly, I am so happy to be there that it comes out in everything I say. In this over-the-top laughing... Everything I say sounds like I'm saying it with a stupid smile on my face. You got like this sounding voice where you're like, hey, with this smile.
Were you nervous?
Oh, all nervous. Just wanting to make a good impression.
This is before you became the bitter person that you are. You were so thankful just to be there back then.
Just happy to be in the room.
Now you're like, all right, let's just get this show over with.
What time is it? I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
Back in the days when he'd bring Ope coffee. Oh, look, I brought you one.
Oh, just anything.
When
I thought Opie was rich.
Yeah.
Because he had to be rich because he was on the radio, and anyone on the radio had to be rich.
Yeah, well.
And then he's like, yeah, why don't you come over the house? I think he had the Crow or something like that on video. It's like, yeah, cool, I'll come over. And I expect, wow, I'm going to go over Opie's house and see the palatial Opie mansion, the Opie estate. And it's like the bottom floor of or was it the upstairs of a house?
Yeah, the upstairs. That was when I was living in Northport.
Yeah. It's like, and he tells me Northport. I'm like, ooh, Northport. Ooh, the tiny hamlet of Northport. Very nice. And I get there, and it's like, this is... And I'm thinking it's got to be a summer place. Like his house, my house must be a great... Nope. Just a poor schlep trying to eke out a living on the radio.
Y'all crazy.
Well, we're going to listen to that first show tomorrow. I'm doing some hacky stuff.
Oh,
you're happy to be there. And
it is. It's just,
But some great song parodies from you and your brother. Some great ones.
Really?
That I cannot deny. Yeah, stuff that definitely hold up.
Just too happy to be there. I remember it.
So we're gonna play that, review it. It's not that long because back then we weren't allowed to talk too much. That was when I know I just said not allowed. Yes, there was a time we had to listen to people. And
are there any Opie signing off on the phone boo-boo-boos?
Yeah, I think there's all that.
Right?
Oh, it's going to be...
So it's not all about me sounding silly.
Oh, no.
Good.
You'll see tomorrow. And Norton and Voss and I think Dave Mordell.
Mordell? Okay.
We'll be here tomorrow to kind of be the...
Great.
The commentators.
Oh, they're going to chew us apart.
Patricia Collison around. Yeah, well, I've never heard that, actually.
It'll be fun tomorrow. It'll be fun tomorrow. All right, let's get back to the tape.
Someone saying, Kay from New Orleans, saying it would have been funny if Britney walked up to Kevin and said, you want to dance? And as soon as he started to walk toward us, say, not you.
Hey, did I ever tell you before the time where I was the little white hip-hopper?
Oh, no.
When I was drunk and I was going to buy drugs in the projects with my friends, Sohail. We were just going to kind of walk and hang out in the projects from North Brunswick.
Good idea.
And I brought a big butcher knife with me, just in case.
Just in case. You're going to have a knife fight with black people.
Dude, a big butcher knife.
They don't bother with knife fights, you idiot.
Knife fight.
Me and my Indian friend Sohail are walking. It was just the two of us. Oh. And we walked by this one block, and there's like 30 black kids down the street with sticks. and they just started, like, we could just kind of feel the moment where they began chasing us.
Oh, no.
And so, like, I pulled my knife out, and then they pulled out, like, these big bamboo sticks. It really was like something out of Gilligan's Island. And we turn around and run back towards North Brunswick. And I think I got whacked in the back with a stick.
Really?
Yeah, my friend Sohail yelled, "Leave him alone!" And I remember I picked up a rock, and I threw it through a gas station window. I figured that would set off an alarm, and the police would come.
Nothing, right?
No, I just kept running.
Is that really true?
Oh, completely
You're
true.
running.
Sounds like a...
What were you trying to do back then?
I was drunk. I thought I'd be cool.
What were you trying? No, you wanted to be ghetto.
I wanted to
So you figured how to, like, you were going to, strike up a relationship with these people?
Yeah, I figured that I would be friends and bring them around and people would respect me.
Right.
You know, you want some respect.
Yo, man, yeah, I'm with the real deal, brah. Yeah. And they just wanted to kill you.
Oh, smack my fat, glasses-wearing, white face.
Leave him alone! Oh, how embarrassing. You'd never want to hear that.
That's
Hey, you!
I was so drunk. What a fool.
Take your goddamn hands off him. Yeah. Back to the Future.
Yeah, sure.
It's the second day in a row I used that reference.
All right, let's go back to the tape here. Britney and Kevin from Chaotic.
Yeah.
Britney asked Kevin out and to come on tour with her.
She did it, man. She said it. She told me, she was like, "I'm not going on tour unless you go with me."
Said, "You're coming with me, honey. So pack your bags, get your passport, and get on the damn plane."
I was wondering, I know a lot of people out there probably were too, like when I would hear that Ken with Britney, I was like, what happened where he wound up going with her? And it's funny that it turns out that she actually said, "Would you want to come on tour with me?" And he said yes.
Yeah. See, we never would have known that without that show.
This show is pretty, like, I really wanted the inside skinny. I'm kind of glad they have this.
Kevin explains what love is in this clip.
Ooh.
Love, it is what it is. You don't need a certificate telling you that you love somebody. You don't need, anything like that. I don't need a ring to make me feel like, oh, I'm closer to her or I'm closer to this person. It's not like that. Love is what it is. It's everything. Everything.
Apparently you don't need a fetus growing inside of someone that you're supposedly committed to show them what love is, do you, Kenny boy?
Kevin.
Whatever his name is.
I know.
Begins with a K. Quigger. That's what we'll call him.
Quigger. Love is never having to say you're sorry.
Yo, I don't
wait
need
for him to
man.
spew that. It's trying to be profound.
Yeah, I don't need...
It's everything.
This guy don't need a certificate, man. He doesn't march to our rules.
He's something.
Yeah, we'll see if he still thinks that when she's all stretched out.
Who's that?
That's his ex.
Yeah, that's his ex.
She's hot?
Shar Jackson.
Yeah, she's
familiar.
She's an actress.
Yeah.
She black chick or Puerto Rican?
Black.
A little bit of everything.
No, that Kenny. Kevin. I keep calling him Kenny.
Yo.
He reminds me of Club Soda Kenny.
Hi.
She said, "Do you want to come on tour?" I said, "Okay."
I said, "Oh, boy.
Do I?
You're sexy."
She's terrific.
Do I?
She told me to bring my passport. That awful piece of turtle shell luggage that stupid Kenny lugs around. Hey, dummy, stop with the 90-pound bag.
Turtle shell.
It's a rock-hard thing. You're not bringing plutonium. It's 4 pairs of perfectly folded jeans and some socks and some type of a thing to beat black people with.
Here comes Club Soda Kenny, big and stupid. 6'5" killer who skips. And if the shoe fits, it's big. Hope you're ready, cause here comes Club Soda Kenny.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
Mr. Anthony would like to check in now. At the hotel, and he's helping us all out.
Oh, he embarrasses the hell out of us.
Step aside now. Mr. Anthony is checking in.
Don't make eye contact.
He doesn't have that. He really will look you in the eye and not care if you like him.
Yeah.
He makes you uncomfortable. He's at the desk. Well, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
And he just stares at the guy, and you're like, ugh.
Why aren't you working on this problem? I am, sir. Apparently not. Big dope, embarrassing everybody. But you get your room, don't you?
You sure do.
That's right.
Britney's bodyguard hates Kevin.
When I first saw him, I'm like, this guy's just out here for a free ride. I don't like the way he looks. I
I'm getting it on camera. Abuse right here.
I don't like the way he walks. I don't like the way he wears clothes, his hair. There was nothing I liked about Kevin the first day I met him. He had that damn shit on my face. It was the big brother in me.
Big brother. You're jealous because you want to have sex with Britney. Stop it.
Well, you know what it is? It's got to be hard when you see Britney and her new boyfriend riding in the car and you got to sit on the roof. I mean, how?
Jesus. That's the second day you used that reference.
Wow. I didn't know. I used the other one off air yesterday.
Oh, that one didn't
Was
make
that
the
off
air?
air?
Yeah.
You should hear the stuff that doesn't make the air.
Riding on the roof.
It'll all be on the DVD as part of the extras. All right, Britney and Kevin on M&M, Anthony.
Oh. Uh-oh.
I'll do a nice shot. There we go. Cool. There we go. Ah! We're a little tipsy right now.
By giving you the chance to win a home entertainment system and get yourself on TV.
What do you think about Eminem?
I think he's a genius.
You have to embrace the dark.
He's a genius. But he complains a lot. But that's cool.
Well, I don't know personally, but...
Because it's cool when guys complain about things that girls have done to them and or their mothers. I personally think it's kind of... But it's like...
You have to embrace the dark.
Stop it!
But hey, whatever gets you in the game, right, and gets you out there, that's cool. It's controversy. That's what they all want. That's what they want to see. It's how good you can play the game.
Good point, Britney.
Wow.
Especially since he called her garbage in his first in his big song. He called her garbage.
Yeah.
And her new husband is saying he's a genius.
Right.
And then he just, Britney's garbage.
Right. It sounds like they're watching cartoons, too. Anyone else pick up on that?
These are little nuggets of nothing.
What is this?
Oh, no. Oh, boy.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, hold on. Hold on to your hats, kids. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Jimmy needs a little
no.
mid-show snack. Send Ricky out for... I remember during the commercials where Jimmy was trying to figure out what he wanted to eat, and he sent Ricky out, and Ricky brought back the...
What? Oh,
Ricky, you can't be this dumb. It just amazes me.
When I said the little... first of all, Raisin Bran Crunch, and these little things that would bring me in the morning. You guys remember, it's like a little cup of noodles, soup cup, filled with cereal.
Oh, those things. I just meant the box.
No,
sorry.
I have them all the time. How do you eat? What am I going to do with this?
Well, you can actually eat them in the snack pack. What you do
no,
is
you can't.
cut
it's
it open.
Hard to because... There you go. It's kind of hard to eat them out of the snack pack.
Oh, God.
Just wanted to open my little thing and pour some milk in.
I can't look. I can't look.
What happened?
What's wrong, Jimmy?
What
I
happened?
just wanted to have a little snack. I wanted my little Raisin Bran snack.
You get it every day like that, right?
I haven't in a while.
Yeah.
But everybody knows the Raisin Bran Crunch.
Oh, boy. Raisin Bran Crunch, not just Raisin Bran.
No.
And what did you tell Ricky?
The little thing. He goes, yeah, no, I know.
Oh, did you say, yeah, you know? You may be a little premature on the yeah, you know, right?
I thought you meant the little box.
When have I ever had a little box of Raisin Bran?
But you could still...
No. I thought you said Raisin Bran Spider.
Well, you got me on a pay no mindless kid?
I thought you said, no, I heard I'm okay Spider,
No.
Raisin Bran Spider.
No. You could still eat it out of the little box.
No, you
well, not
can't.
anymore, but...
No, I refuse to eat out of a little box.
You cut it open like you're dissecting a frog in biology class. You make the two
That's right.
little slits, and then you one down the middle, and you open the box up, and then you pour the milk right in there.
Exactly. That's why they have the little cup of noodles cup right downstairs, I think.
Yeah.
Wherever Travis gets them or whoever else gets them. Dwayne Reed, yeah. They have there? Yep.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to enjoy my yogurt.
I just love when something is placed in front of Jimmy, and Jimmy, I hate the fact that it is my pal Jimmy that has to deal with it, but there is something, when something is put in front of you that is not what you wanted, the look and the attitude that comes over you is priceless.
Only because I've had this before.
Yeah.
Like I was eating this every morning at one point. And then I was kind of turning into a fatso again, so I'm like, I better stop with the carbs and the sugar in the morning. But I just decided today to kind of have one because I'm still hungry. And I've had them many times.
Right.
It's not like it's a brand new thing.
Ricky, do you know what he wants now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Then why? How come you didn't hear me say Raisin Bran Crunch?
Yeah, I forgot about the crunch part.
Oh, the crunch part.
It's mind-boggling.
Yeah. Wow, Ricky. Oh, my God. I can't even look.
You take dumbness to a whole new level.
It's
mind-boggling.
It's
it
the
really
way
is.
Aborigines feel when they see like a machine is how I feel right now. It is incomprehensible to me.
Wow. And I've read a lot of message board posts and stuff about the Ricky situation, and people actually get upset. And they say, leave Ricky alone.
Do they really?
They shouldn't, pick on Ricky.
Well, he's
so
one of
much.
Whackbag's own, so
yeah.
he's representing all of Whackbag.
He's the Whackbagger that made it into the loop. One of them made it in to the inner circle. This is as close as anyone's going to get to the show. And they're trying to defend him, but, it just happens too much, Ricky. Do you admit that it happens too much?
How did you forget the crunch part? I said Raisin Bran Crunch.
Raisin Bran
the little
Crunch.
thing I used to eat every day. Because I would have them every day. Like,
I don't believe I was here when you did that.
Oh, absolutely you were here. Of course you were here. You used to bring them to me.
No, I never got you Raisin Bran Crunch.
Oh, boy. Oh, see, now here's
I'm being
again
honest.
that I'm seeing from Jimmy.
I'm being honest.
Did you hear me say Raisin Bran Crunch?
Yes.
So why'd you bring me regular Raisin Bran? And I know this sounds like a swimming with sharks scene with Spacey. I realize that. I asked for equal, and you brought me. Yeah, I know. Whatever the other one is.
Good.
All right, Ricky.
This is Paul Anka.
Yeah, Jimmy's the most important person.
Well,
that's just the way it is.
On the stage.
That's just the way it is.
Just the way it is.
And if we can't get some fucking Raisin Bran Crunch, Raisin Bran Crunch, there's going to be a problem. You like your fucking job? Do you?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted.
Doing my Paul Anka impression.
Just wanted some Raisin Bran Crunch.
All right, why don't we...
Opie has some milk. I would have poured it in, and I would have enjoyed it.
And now what?
You want some of my Honey Nuts Cheerios?
Now you're going to have Raisin Bran Crunch eventually, and it's going to be served with a heaping helping of aggravation.
What happened? What happened?
Drop some cards.
Drop something.
Drop my cell phone.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, the Honey Nut Cheerios, a little healthier.
No, actually, yeah, those are good.
Listen to that.
Eric, that bowl has to be washed. Your thumb is in it.
Okay, try my Honey Nut.
He put his thumb in the bowl.
Try my Cheerios. Try my Cheerios. A little healthier than the...
Do people think... Do you know, whenever I hand somebody a utensil or something they'll be eating or drinking out of, I go out of my way to show them that I'm not mauling anything that's going to come in contact with their mouth. I would like the same consideration. Don't hand someone a fork or a spoon holding on to the part you eat with.
What's up, Nathaniel?
Nathaniel! How you doing there, fella?
Good. I have something to add in terms of people handling your things.
Yeah.
I thought a soda can would be a safe thing because it's all contained.
Yeah.
I go in, I see Ricky has my soda, hasn't given it to me yet. He's sitting there, and I'm sorry, this is a little bit of a visual.
Yeah.
Perhaps you can describe it for me. He's sitting there leaning on it like this, with his disgusting hand over the mouth of the can.
Oh, so the can is on the desk or table, and he's got his hand on that, leaning on it, his palm, leaning on it.
With his Nosferatu fingers.
No, I really didn't lean on the can.
Thanks, sir.
When did I do that? Just now?
No, yesterday, but it's still funny.
You did that yesterday? Leaned on the can a little bit. Danny? Yes, Danny?
Just come on in.
You got something, Danny?
Well, what Nathaniel's forgetting to add to this is that we were waiting for our drinks for so long because after he got the sandwiches for our lunch, he forgot the bag with all our drinks in it at the Rock and Roll Deli.
Oh, my God.
So he shows up with all the sandwiches, and we had to send him back out because he forgot all the drinks.
And he comes back and paws my soda like a little Ewok.
And instead of just handing all of us our drinks, he decides that he's going to sit and have a chat with Eric for a few minutes before he delivers our drinks.
on the drinks?
Yeah, just casually.
Do you guys realize how many sperm could have fertilized that egg?
Oh.
Yeah, I realized
all those
that too.
wasted sperm that just didn't make it to the egg in time.
Wow.
And somehow this one got through.
Ricky will come into his own at some point.
And
I'm sure.
I'm sorry, Ricky, I'm going to do it to you again.
Here comes the bus. Look out.
we had our discussion of sarcasm, and you had a nice report on it. Jim made a nice sarcastic remark earlier today when you're talking about people with AIDS.
Right.
And you said, oh, also Robert, you listed birthdays on the same day and then the confusion. And Jim said, all of those people have AIDS? And Ricky was like, oh, my God.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thinking that they actually did.
I just caught that comment, and I'm like, oh, these people had AIDS, and then everybody looked at me, and I just went, oh.
Wow. Wowie kazowie.
So we got a few more lessons, I guess, in the sarcastic lesson plan for you, Ricky.
All right, let's move on.
All right. Thank you. What are you eating there, Jimmy?
Nothing. I'm just going to spit into it so it's nice and chewy.
Oh, wait, there's no milk?
No, of course not. Thanks, sir.
What?
All right, there's your milk. You got the Honey Nut Cheerios in your bowl. You just need a spoon now.
I have one.
All right, you got a spoon.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Enjoy my cereal.
There you go.
A little healthier.
I actually,
Ben?
You know, it's funny because I've been interviewing the next batch of interns, and all of them know about Ricky. They're all like, one of them, the other guy just comes in the other day and just trashes Ricky for the first 5 minutes of the interview.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Saying, I won't fuck up Jim's orders, this, that, and the other thing. So.
And make sure they're not from Whackbag. He ruined it for everybody.
Yeah.
He ruined it for all the whackbaggers. Would have been nice,
Yeah,
Have
keep
someone that
defending
really
him now.
understands the program or something, but no. Oh, you like that cereal?
That was a blessing in disguise.
Really?
This is delicious.
It's tasty?
And it's a little healthier.
That's good for you.
I was telling you that there's some healthy cereals out there. All right, well, it just amazes me that the sperm found its way to the egg. He's that sperm.
I don't know what it is.
Just completely lucks out and bumps his way into the egg.
While the others are duking it out with each other, he just kind of walks by.
What's this? It's an egg.
Little box of Raisin Bran. Little box of Raisin Bran.
The little snack pack, they called them.
Little long nails.
And no one could eat just one of those boxes, too, man. When you have to, you get like 4 or 5 of
Oh,
those.
forget about it. When I was a kid, my mother used to buy those in the huge package of them, the variety pack. And first day, everything was gone except like the Special K. There'd always be the Special K is left and Total.
And Puffed.
The shit cereal.
Puffed wheat.
Puffed wheat. Everything else, though, Captain Crunch, the Corn Flakes, things like that were just gone.
Terry and Philly.
Not Corn Flakes, Sugar Frosted Flakes.
All right, boys, how you doing?
Hey.
Hey, you guys are a bunch of fags. You sound like Howard. You're a bunch of whining pussies complaining about your...
why don't you shut up?
You're a bunch of gay guys.
You don't understand, sir. When you're an important person...
Hey, Jimmy,
let me finish. I let you talk. Listen to me, little man. When you're an important person and you have somebody fetching your things, they are to fetch it properly, and they are to fetch it with a smile.
You're not important. You only have 4 million listeners, and 10% of them listen to you, so you're really nothing.
Sir, when you have a regular little person chop and fetching for you, like we do, we are important people, sir.
I think this guy has a different agenda than just
Terry, your stats are
us
all
getting
wrong.
our food.
And first of all,
I don't know.
you have a masculine/feminine name.
Guys listen to you. So quit with your picky and...
Wait, what did you say? What'd you say, Terry? What did you say, woman's name?
That's right. Then I'll meet you right outside. Let's put them up, Jimmy.
Put them up. Put them up.
Put them up. Really?
Put them up.
Punch it out.
Put them up.
Jesus.
Oh, put up your dukes.
That guy's going to knock my block off.
Duchess of Queensberry rules.
How often is that when you look at a list, you see the name Terry, you're like, this is Pat.
All right, Teresa.
Genderless ass.
Sally, what's up?
Hi.
Oh, thought it was a guy.
Explain to me how he can... Shut up. Explain to me how he can get upset about someone touching his spoon when he works with them all the time, but he can chug urine from some strange woman.
Great mystery of life.
Bravo, Sally.
Great mystery of life.
I wondered that one myself.
Bye.
I'm not saying my philosophy is not without inconsistencies. How do you take a log on the chest and feel good about it and get mad at Hawk for putting his thumb in your... Right. I can't argue.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get back to the Britney and Kevin audio. We started this like an hour and a half ago. I want to talk about tangents today.
By the way, can I correct name which goes both ways for boys and girls? There's more than 4 million XM listeners, Stu, but there's 4 million subs, which is about 10 million listeners, maybe more.
And that doesn't count the online listening.
I know.
People
And
listening
as far as
illegally,
percent of those people that are listening,
people
I have no
selling the
clue.
shows on eBay, you know.
I'd love to know.
I believe it's higher than 10%.
I would think it is.
Growing every day. We're very happy to be here.
Yeah.
So, nah.
Teary.
All right, here we go. What celebrities would they marry? Britney and Kevin.
So, but we're talking about marriage and stuff like that earlier. And the person that I'm going to marry, I think I would like to marry, I'm not going to marry this person, is Brad Pitt. I think he's going to fall in love with a young girl in like 5 years. And, yeah, I think he's going to get really bored. So that's the person, that's my ideal. Like, that's what I want to happen.
Okay, if you could marry anybody and like the finest celebrities in the whole world, who would you marry? Like right now, if you had to choose somebody.
None of y'all.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Yo, man, he was just dogging you.
Wow, she really went out on a limb and named the one person that every woman in America would name.
I don't know, dude. This is kind of hard to handle. She's being a little too revealing. We got to move on. This is like a little bit too uncomfortable.
Dude, I'm getting
into someone's psyche.
I'm sitting here getting fucking heated and pissed off how awful this is.
Horrible.
She got one of those. What?
Did I say Duchess of Queensberry?
Yeah.
It's Marquis. Marquis.
The sad part is it sounded good to me. I was like, all right. God, she's got like she's got one of those board games, like a Truth or Dare, one of those games, or the game of questions. That's all this show is.
This is like an awful slumber party.
Right. It's like, all right, let's pick out another card because we can't come up with creative stuff. Ooh, what celebrity would you marry? That sounds like it comes right from one of those card games, like the 1,000 Questions or whatever the hell it is.
Ken is cool though, man. He's like, none of y'all. I'm like, you go, Ken. All right, well, this Kevin. I keep forgetting his name.
We only have just a few more here, and they're short. Basically, Britney talks sex with her assistant running on a treadmill.
Oh, I'm sure this will just be very graphic.
Oh my God, it's going really fast. No, Megan, stop! Oh! Did you hit the panic button? Oh, please tell me it got this. This is so pretty. I don't know if you can tell the color and stuff. It looks so pretty. Oh, this is cool. It's like pink and... Well, I could not come in here. Because I'm having sex. Not in here? Yes, in here. No. Yes. How many times did you do that? I'm quick. I'm wham bam. Thank you. No, but hello. How many times today? No. That's why I have to sweat. I thought it was just because you were sweating. No. Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Holy crap. Holy crap. That was much more interesting than what I just
Jimmy's
heard.
comment was very fitting.
That Britney is incorrigible, though.
Yeah.
What a saucy girl.
That milk works its way through you really
right
fast.
through. Right through. Jesus.
It's been Nortonized.
I should just dump it into my underwear. Cut out the... You know what it was?
Organ.
When I drink milk, I get like really frightened.
Is that it? You get a little scared.
By the way, we didn't want to bore you guys with very long clips from the show. We try to get the highlights. This is an hour show, and we have, over a dozen clips here, less than a minute long.
Go back.
What happened?
Never, ever, ever change off that commercial.
Oh, yeah.
The bikini commercial.
Yeah, I like that. I like the one in the red shorts.
I don't even know what it's for. What is this for?
Old Navy.
Old Navy?
Fucking Jimmy.
It's the girls in the bikini for Old Navy.
Yeah.
And you must never change that commercial off when it's on.
Ever.
Yo, leave that on, dog.
Yeah. All right.
Yo, man, I like that, Jim.
Yo, I don't never do that.
Yo, Jim.
None of y'all.
Let's go to the hood and get beat up.
Yo, they chasing
Leave
us.
him alone.
Leave him alone.
I picture him screaming like Pat Benatar screamed in her video.
Leave me alone.
Is that another video where the father was abusive?
Of course.
They had a million of those in the 80s.
Did I tell you at the time that I was wearing my hip-hop hat and the big black kids took it off my head?
Oh.
It was awful. I was in like the lunchroom, and I was wearing like my Kango.
Yeah.
And this big kid, Orlando, he was a big kid. and he just snatched it off my head, and I snatched it back.
Ooh.
I was so afraid.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, you want to fight me?" And he stood in my face, and I was like, "Hey, man, if you want to see my hat, just ask."
Oh, I can't even look at him. I can't even look at him.
If you want to see my hat, just ask.
That's right.
Okay. If you want to steal it, just steal it.
That's how a gangster handles things.
When I went to school in Central Islip, which here on Long Island, not a very nice neighborhood, there was this black kid, and he would shake us down on a daily basis. Shake us down. Yo, man, give me 50 cents. And you'd have to give him money, because if you didn't, he would beat you and take your money. And there's nothing you could do about it. Really wasn't. The teachers were afraid of this guy. He, had a beard. It was elementary school. And he was so much older than everybody else. Big, deep voice. Yo, man, give me 50 cents. Okay. Please don't kill me.
You want to see my hat? Just ask.
Just ask.
They got rid of one of the...
You showed him.
I sure did. Mind your P's and Q's, mister.
Speaking of which, Anthony, here in New York City, they got rid of one of the tolls recently.
Oh?
Did you hear what was going on? You know these sidewalk overpasses that go over these very, very busy roads?
Yeah.
I guess there was a school on one side of the highway, and all the kids had to go over the overpass to the school from their neighborhoods. There was a black guy that hung out there and made the kids pay a toll.
Pay a toll? Brilliant. He's a go-getter.
And they were finally onto this guy and, squashed that. But for a very long time, people, they had to give up their, lunch money to this guy, or they couldn't get to the other side of the highway or whatever to go to school.
Just watching Gwen Stefani.
What song is this? What song is this?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. No.
But I want to hear Gwen Stefani.
No.
But Opie, she's good.
I'm a Gwen Stefani fan.
I bet you she's doing the one I like.
Oh, no. It's only in one. It's only in one ear today.
No, she's not doing the one I like.
Got a banana on her shirt. Look at that.
All right.
Banana shirt.
Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone.
Yeah.
Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone.
All right, here we go. Brittany talking about the sex she's been having.
Ooh.
The second to last.
Finally, we're going to get to
this is
her sex. This is great.
These
juicy.
These are the highlights of an hour show, by the way. Like I was saying.
This is good. I like it.
This was the best we could find.
Okay, on my food slave, but okay. God, our sex is so good.
Really?
Yeah.
Intense? With ecstasy?
Ecstasy, 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 ecstasy.
Damn.
I've had sex 3 times today.
Today?
You just got here today? No, he got here day before yesterday.
Oh, so you've been on duty.
Sweet. I like him.
And that's all that matters. That you're happy. Good. I'm happy for you.
Me too. I'm happy for me too.
Yes.
That's
great, man.
That's it, huh?
When is the where's the one clip where she talks about how Mo slipped her a Mickey and then raped her in a broom closet?
That's it?
And Ken knocked on the door. Kevin.
That's probably what they were teasing the whole show, too. Like at the end where she finally talks about sex. I had sex 3 times today. Wow. Great, Britney.
It's hard. That's a hard truth to handle.
Let's go to Richard. Hey, Richard.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, Richard?
All right, how y'all guys doing?
Pretty good.
All right, hey, I was just wondering, man, y'all do a lot of racial shit about the brothers, and here it comes down, y'all telling these stories how the brothers was fucking with y'all. I wonder if that ain't anything to do with it.
What do you mean? Like early in our lives, we were being...
Yeah, you said, Anthony saying that the boys shaking him down for money, and Jimmy was talking about he was fucking with him. Just wondering, that ties back into it, and, kind of brought a little animosity toward the brothers.
Unfortunately, I don't really recall having any pleasant experiences growing up in black neighborhoods, like Central Islip. I don't remember having any real good friendships with any black people. I don't know, it was like, it was the early 70s. I was a little kid and never anything good. I remember one time we took a dead bird and pulled all the feathers off of it and stuck it in the baseball glove of one of the black kids that were in the neighborhood. That was funny. He went to put the glove on, and then he pulls out dead red meat bird and goes, "My glove has meat in it, red meat." And we laughed. That was about it. That was the only fun we ever had.
I had some very positive experiences with
You did?
I really did. Yeah,
Getting sticks and rocks thrown at you, and
that was one of that would probably go under the debit side. But I did have some. Yeah, my best friend was black. So I mean, it was. The family was great to me. Everybody treated me very well.
I had a really good friend that was black, and the relationship ended horribly. So.
Oh, Smitty Dunbar. Smitty Dunbar used to give me gum in school in Central Islip.
If that is not the answer for all the racial problems.
That is pretty much it. I can't think of anything else. And, I'm just a scared little white kid. It was, I was just getting harassed. I invented getting harassed in black school.
But if Malcolm X could have heard the story of you and Smitty
Dunbar when he handed me over that piece of gum. And, oh my God, that was great.
They're photoshopping Jimmy and...
I say his house will explode.
Look at the
hip-hop Jimmy.
Yeah, they're photoshopping Jimmy in hip-hop gear again. Go to whackbag.com, go to Photoshop.
Just like that.
There you go. All right, the last clip, Anthony.
Oh, that wasn't it?
No, this is the culmination right here.
This is going to be a good one. I can sense it.
Britney and Kevin do the top 10 list on David Letterman last night.
Did they really?
Listen to this.
Cool.
Clever.
Let's try this. Reasons to watch the new show. Number 10.
There's never before seen footage of me wrestling an alligator.
Okay, I'm there, dude. Number 9.
Unlike those Desperate Housewife chicks, we're not like 60 years old.
Exactly.
Good, man.
Number 8.
It's like American Idol, except no one sleeps with Paula Abdul.
Check it out.
Why are these asses laughing?
I don't know, but I want to hear Kevin say something else.
Yeah, his delivery, it's like,
he's a positive brother.
They throw the applause sign on, and everyone just automatically laughs.
Paula Abdul. Let's see if there's any Michael Jackson kid touch references like Leno would do. Well, he doesn't have. Let's see.
Dude, what up, dog? Number 7.
In the first episode, you could see my ass.
Yes, it's sticking out of your shirt collar.
Number 6.
I'm hot.
All right. Number 5.
She's hot.
Yeah. Number 4.
We haven't had nearly enough media coverage.
That's right. Go get them, kids. Number 3.
Letterman's so uncomfortable. You
It's got to be better than this show.
Yeah, well.
Hey, now you've gone too far.
Why'd you have to go there?
Hey, wait a minute.
Yo, dog, you asked for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey, I heard that. Number 2.
If enough people tune in, maybe my wife will make out with Madonna again.
Wow, remember that? Remember that, Paul?
I hope enough people tune in.
Remember when that happened?
Of course I remember.
Oh, my God, what a
changed the course of show business forever.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Really? It changed show business forever?
Well, maybe it did.
All right. And the number 1 reason to watch Britney Spears and Kevin Federline's new show...
In the season finale, you'll find out Dave is the father of my baby.
Some more late night, cutting edge comedy writing.
Stop it! To Dave's credit, though, you could hear it in his voice. He was just like, this bit's going to bomb. This
I know,
stinks.
but he's the boss. He should never have greenlit that. He should have said no.
You could hear it.
Yo, Kevin funny, though, man.
Uh-huh.
He should do some beat poetry on Def Poetry Jam.
Yeah.
Me. Smile, teeth, jawline.
Yeah. Something tells me he'd have sticks thrown at him.
I don't know, man. He assimilated well.
Yeah.
He wouldn't get beaten up on the A train because he talks like them.
Talks the talk.
Semicolon, half parentheses.
This is hard to hear, isn't it, Eric?
No, you get
what?
better not be Hawk.
Britney Spears backstage in Rio. Just to finish up this whole thing.
Right.
And what happened? There was some kind of malfunction, and She was backstage and her mic was on. She's cursing like crazy.
What was the malfunction?
In front of like,
Ricky was
girls and
supposed
stuff.
to bring her Raisin Bran Crunch, I think.
Well, let's see if it's audible.
Don't tell me they're just letting the audience just fucking stand out there like that.
Oh, yeah, I remember this. You can hear this. There was some kind of problem, obviously.
She was supposed to come on, but the band was supposed to do something first. The band wasn't doing what they were supposed to do, so she couldn't come on.
Right. And she has that, that headset.
The headset mic is on, and she's backstage not knowing that it's all being recorded. And again, the heroes of the industry, the sound engineer, recorded it and put it on the internet.
And, this was going out to the whole stadium, 50, 60,000 people.
Was it?
Oh, yeah. That's the best part of this.
Don't tell me they're just letting the audience just fucking stand out there like that. Oh my God. Okay. So let's hurry, y'all. Seriously. This is retarded. They told me they were going to do a
when she delivers.
Yo, why that head so big, dog?
This is retarded.
That would be the ultimate.
Send it back.
Yeah, then we'll see what love's all about.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yo, I don't need no certificate to tell me this thing is fucked up, dog.
Oh, God.
Yo, I don't need no doctor to tell me this thing broke.
That would be beautiful. Can you imagine? Yeah, let's see what you two are all about. That kid would be in a home before you could say home, and they would never see it again.
Whoops, it's got a big head.
What are some more of her big songs? Damn it.
Yeah.
Eric?
Who knows? That's how much we know about Britney.
What is that?
Jesus.
Nice sound cue, stupid.
What's that?
Uh-oh. It's toxic, and it's playing the...
That should be played during the Bloomberg commercial.
All right, let's go back to the audio here as we try to remember some more of her hits.
Britney, our kid is dumb.
Oops, I did it again. Something with "Hit Me, Baby."
Oh,
one more time. And
no, they have to change it to "Let's hit the baby one more time."
Which one is this?
"Hit Me, Baby" one more time.
How was I supposed to know
that you were retarded.
something wasn't right here? Baby, I shouldn't have let you go.
Your head.
It looks like Stonehenge with 2 eyes.
Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now. Because my loneliness is killing me.
She's good.
She rocks, man.
Here's the rest of the audio.
Oh, shit. Oh, no. What are they doing? Let me see. Oh, my pants are too short. I grew. I thought they were going to... I know. Well, I'm just not going to just stand out there. I thought they were going to fucking vamp. Okay. Okay, thanks. This is retarded.
She thought they were going to vamp.
No one could tell her that the mic was on. But then again, they all speak Portuguese. Nobody in Rio probably understood a word she was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, the crowd wasn't commenting, so most likely they
thought she was probably saying...
Potty mouth on her, huh?
Only engineers and the staff heard that, I guess.
I like that without the bleeps.
Yo, dog. All right, Anthony. Gamefly.com is very easy. You send a game back, and the next game on your queue list is automatically sent. It only takes a couple of business days to get to you. Basically, you're renting games online.
There you go.
It's a great, great thing. So you can try out games because you're not really sure you're gonna want them, right?
And then if you like it, you can buy it right there. And then they send you the box that it came in and the manual, so you get your instructions all in mint condition. And that way you're not buying games and then piling them up in a box because they stunk.
It gives you an opportunity to try a lot of different games.
Certainly.
Well. I mean, people have a budget, Go to Gamefly.com/XM to get signed up. It only costs $21.95 a month. But you can start with a free 2-week trial, no commitments. You could cancel anytime. Start playing the latest releases or games you've always wanted to play. And now there's even more of a reason to try out Gamefly. For the month of May only, anyone who signs up for any of their prepaid video game rental plans are entered into the Gamefly.com PSP a day giveaway. That's right, sign up any day in May and you may win the cool new Sony PSP handheld device. All the games you want, go to Gamefly.com. That's Gamefly.com/XM and plug in XM in the promo code box for your special offer. It's Gamefly.com.
It was Whip 'em Out Wednesday, so I flashed some guy on the Long Island Expressway. He was involved in a 7-car pileup. There was blood and carnage everywhere. But my tits looked great.
Please, wow responsibly. A public service announcement of the Opie and Anthony Show.
Definitely having a lot of fun today. Hope you're enjoying the program.
Yeah, cuz, you? How you feeling, cuz?
I'm living large. You know, I got my mind on my money and my money on my mind.
Oh, we could do this here, Ozzy. Yes, Ozzy made this thing.
Ozzy Osbourne.
This is pretty cool, actually. Guitar World Magazine interviewed a bunch of bands and stuff and asked them for their Spinal Tap stories. Not a bad idea. Got to hand it to them. And it starts the article here. The Rolling Stones. They were doing drugs in their dressing room, Anthony.
Ooh.
Says Wood, remembering a concert in the early 80s. Suddenly, the tour manager stuck his head around the door and said, "The police are here." We all panicked and threw our drugs in the toilet. Then Sting, Andy Summers, and Stuart Copeland walked in.
Saw that coming.
It's a true story. But then they got a few others, like Ozzy Osbourne. Just played some Ozzy there. Ozzy remembers when he lost his patience. Maybe Jimmy can help us with this because he knows everything about Ozzy. Ozzy remembers when he lost his patience with the midget Black Sabbath hired for a tour. They used to do this? Hire midgets?
Well, I know Ozzy had Ronnie the Midget on tour with him. He used to hang him during Goodbye to Romance in the early 80s on the Diary of a Madman tour. It was great. It's
cute.
You know, Goodbye to Romance is such like a ballad. And it was after Rhodes would do the guitar solo and Suicide Solution had come back into Goodbye to Romance. And as it's that bow, now, that nice opening music, the midget is being hung behind him.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know Sabbath had a midget. That I'm not aware of.
I never liked that Suicide Solution. I always thought it would get kids to commit suicide, and I feel there should have been some pressure to maybe
point,
have that
and
removed
good
from any
point.
albums and music. You know?
I didn't care for that either.
Yeah, what a crock of shit. They wasted so much time on that stupid song. That song has been out there for another, 20 years since they brought it to everyone's attention. And how many kids have used that?
Oh.
And they're still listening to Ozzy and Black Sabbath and all the old-timers.
And it was actually a song about Bon Scott, who died.
Really?
Hypothermia due to being drunk, yes.
All right.
That's what that was for.
Well, anyway,
I knew that.
Ozzy remembers when he lost his patience with the midget Black Sabbath hired for a tour. He showed up late, he drank. It got to me after a while, so one night when he wanted to get on the tour bus, I threw him in the luggage compartment. Somebody grabbed me and said, "What are you doing?" What you're doing is not only illegal, but it's inhumane. Sorry. I lost it. I yelled, "He's my fucking midget, and I'll fucking do what I want with him." There was a silence, and then a small voice emerged from the luggage compartment. "He's right. I'm his midget, and he can do what he wants with me."
Oh, I like how you threw in the midget voice.
I'm trying.
Thanks.
I appreciate it.
Nice.
Like, where'd the other guy come from? Hey.
I figured I'd give it a shot. What the hell?
Unless it was just a guy who just worked for Sabbath. Maybe this was a guy, but the midget used to hang.
I did my Larry King yesterday, and there's my midget voice.
There it is.
All right. Tommy Lee has a story that made the Spinal Tap moments, Anthony. Spinal Tap stories.
I was like, come on in, everyone, cake. And I saw bubbles.
Yeah, let's all go inside. Nothing really happening out here.
That was that Spinal Tap moment. Putting the palm on that little chest. Pump.
Oh, God.
Having water.
Oh.
Tommy Lee recalls the time he sought retribution against a hotel that had evicted Motley Crue by putting some excrement on a room service tray and placed it in the ventilator shaft. Then he turned up the heat.
What an animal.
Actually, not a bad idea.
Like, that's going to... that's going to affect the next person that has to go in that room. Eesh. Asshead.
Keith Richards remembers shooting a video that called for tramps with dogs. The director thought a dog should be weird or disfigured, so they called up some agency, and the word came back, "We can get you a lame dog by noon. Which leg would you want missing?"
Oh, jeez.
So that's his Spinal Tap story. There's a whole bunch of them in this Guitar World magazine. One more. Pete Townsend still savors the memory of The Who's first drummer, Keith Moon. Whether driving his Rolls Royce into a swimming pool or pouring a can of soup...
Watch the child.
Or pouring a can of soup into an airplane sickness bag, then pretending to drink his own vomit. Keith Moon.
What a character.
He was the real deal, though, man.
And how about that other funny moment that Pete Townsend had when he was jerking off on the computer looking at a 6-year-old, and he said, "No, I'm doing research," and everybody believed it. And then him and Gary Glitter high-fived.
And he used his credit card for a child pornography site?
Yeah,
the cops came a-knocking?
It was people who love London Bobbies. That was the chat room.
That's good. That's a great tie-in.
I just went to go meet a lad.
Just wanted to help him get out of the life.
Yeah, a little lad.
Yeah,
turns out to be a bobby.
I was
hiding cock it.
I was hiding the help in me trousers.
Well, we're running out of show. We can't get into
a little studying.
I was doing a little research.
A little research.
Really? Just leak clear stuff into your boxers for the cause, did you?
Hey, you got away with it, though.
Yeah, maybe he was. I mean, who knows? I don't know.
He got away with it.
They must have checked his computers and found nothing.
I don't know how he pulled that one off, but
England is crazy with their laws. Their child pornography laws. If you accidentally even stumble on it and look at it, you can be put in jail.
Really?
Yeah. They're really rough over there.
I guess that's good.
Yeah.
But if you stumble on it, the net is kind of creepy.
Like stumbling on it, you know? Well, those people say, well, I was emailed it and I clicked on the link, and which I think is a crock of shit. I can just click on a link. And then it was there, and what did I do? So I figured I'd download 500 more and say it was an accident.
I've seen some vile stuff, but that stuff is just...
Yeah.
Awful. How can you...
I like the bestiality stuff myself.
Even that kind of creeps me. I'm such a pervert, but I can't even watch...
No, I don't.
The eels in the anus. It's just... I mean, I know this is my idea of being a nice guy. I can't watch eels in a Japanese girl's asshole. Well, he's a good fella. I'll go out with him. It's violating on a weird level.
Yeah.
I got to chuckle out of the doggy videos.
The horse and dog ones are really hysterical.
Get a little chuckle.
You do get a little chuckle out of it. You do start wondering...
No dog is being harmed because the dog is doing all the fucking...
Dog's face looks like he's having a great time.
It looks like he's just going to town, clawing
that
the hell
look
out
on
of
his
the girl's
face.
back.
It's like whatever those things are, eyebrows or something, kind of go down. He makes a little face, his lip goes down a little, and he just... going to town on the girl.
Sure.
You do wonder, though, as you watch him, you go, where did it turn for this little girl?
Yeah.
What happened to her that she ended up here in front of this camera with the dog?
They have the little mittens on the dog so he can't scratch her when he's climbing up, holding on. You ever see that? They have little doggy mittens on him.
With his little dew claw, that little hook on the inside of his leg, and he grab her and scratch up her hips.
That's why they do. They put little mittens on the...
Little mittens on the dog.
Little dog mittens.
Jesus.
Say, why are they putting mittens on me?
Hey,
what's that? It smells familiar, but a little different. Hop aboard. A little lipstick comes out.
I got some hot audio here, guys.
What do you got?
Can't really get into much running on a show here.
Opie, that's a tease.
Well, it's a show about girls hooked on heroin. Got a couple of quick clips here. Yeah.
That sounds nice.
Where's this from, Hawk?
Hawk wants to know where it's from.
It's from an HBO documentary about some people in rehab. And half of it follows them in rehab, then the other half follows them out of rehab. See what happens
Well, that's
to
the
them.
other half.
So it's a show about rehab?
Pretty much. Yeah.
All right.
And this is all girls here?
Yeah, it's the same girl. I mean, it was an all right show, but this girl was just probably the nuttier of all of them.
All right, let's take a listen here. Her first heroin experience, Anthony, at 16.
I was eating a hot
I
dog.
tried heroin when I was 16. And honest to God, I had a straight up orgasm. Like, my panties were wet when I did it. it just hit me intensely. And I remember just falling back on the bed, and my eyes like rolled back in my head, and I was just laying there, and I was like, this is great.
See, kids, heroin is your friend.
That's right.
How do you get off a drug that makes you cum when you take it?
Yep.
Wow, that's a tough nut.
Heroin could be your friend.
Wow, she had an orgasm right there.
Little 16-year-old panties all wet.
Ooh.
Confusion.
Ooh, what is this?
She's hanging over the side of the bed vomiting. You ever see 52 Pickup? Now, don't let that ruin your high. And the guy's going to rape Anne Margaret. Makes her do heroin. Now.
Really? I didn't see
that. God, is that a great Roy Scheider's in it? Yeah.
What did this chick look like there, Danny?
She was all right. Nothing too special, but definitely bangable.
Yeah.
Bangable. Red hair.
Probably easy to bang, too.
Yeah.
A little heroin. You're
in. Listen to some of these clips coming up.
Heroin.
I used to fuck around with my dealer, and they used to get me so high that I woke up one time and I guess 3 people in the house had turns with me. But I was like so fucked up that I fell back, and I was like this, and I closed my eyes and they rolled, and I was kind of like out for a little bit. And I guess 2 other guys in the house had fucked me, and I got pregnant, and I had an abortion. I can never forgive myself, And what would my parents think? Their little fucking girl's fucking doing whatever she can to get dope. That's fucking bad. Oh, no.
Jesus.
Wow. I gotta say, that's a little hot.
It sure is. Everyone taking their turns.
See, kind of like that scene in Traffic, but no one else is with me on that one. But, black drug dealer just banging the white chick because she needed the heroin so bad.
The great one was another one just like that was in Requiem for a Dream. That was a very disturbing. I had to walk around my apartment after that movie. It was about it was a guy and his girlfriend doing heroin, and the guy's away and the girl's going to do dope, and it's actually, which one's the black guy? Keith David, the black guy, or David Keith?
Keith David.
Okay. You have no idea.
Damn it.
I can see because you said it and then just look straight ahead. No one gives the right answer and looks straight ahead.
It really is Keith David.
And then he's playing the drug dealer, but he won't sell it to her. She has to fuck him for the drugs.
Oh,
it's great. And then he has her doing double dildo stuff.
They're working on the building wall.
Go out there and tell them to stop it.
Wow.
They're right behind you.
Yeah, we hear that in the background.
There's ropes and stuff out there and cables.
Someone cut that rope.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Let's go to another clip here.
Between the ages of 16 and 17, I started doing about 2 grams a day of heroin. I had made money from my parents' yard sale, and when that money ran out, I needed more heroin. We go to this guy's house. This older man, he's probably in his 70s. And I tell him, $60, and I'll fuck you, Put a condom on, less than 10 minutes, and I had $60 in my hand. And I did that 5 times in 2 days. And at first I was so scared. I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot do this. But all I was thinking is, I need the money to get loaded.
Yeah. 70-year-old guy banging her when she's 17.
What finally stopped you? I don't know. This one guy fucked me. He wanted his nipples played with. I looked at it. He had a picture of himself with Kiss and Christopher Walken on his wall. Little rocks and candles. I had to get off drugs.
John, what's up?
It's like having an otter on top of me.
Sorry. John.
Yo.
What's up?
I just wanted to let little Hoo-Hoo Howie know, because he's going to listen later on the replay, that the one Sirius radio that he's looking for is actually at a little strip mall in Lyndhurst at a Radio Shack. And I do mean one radio.
That's great.
Whereas if I went to Best Buy yesterday, I saw all the XM equipment, everything I could want.
Howard will have you believe that's a bad thing for XM. The fact that there are units out there for sale. Maybe the fact that Sirius doesn't have a bunch of units out there to find is because maybe the money's a little low, and it's hard to build a lot of units and put them out there because they've been spending it on people. Oh.
Well, no.
All right, let's go to Jason in Texas. Jason?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up?
Hey, Howard said he went to Sirius so he could give away radios, but I know why Sirius didn't have any.
Why?
It's because they're so far into debt, they can't even afford to buy them.
Yeah. All right. Why all of a sudden the Howard calls?
Yeah, where are these coming from?
Pinchy.
Hey, buddy.
Why are you talking about Howard all of a sudden?
Me?
Well, just everyone. You represent the phone calls that are coming in all of a sudden.
Hey, I just have what I learned. I wasn't calling about Howard.
What'd you learn, Pinch?
All right.
Hey, I learned when people fetch things, they are to fetch them properly and fetch them with a smile.
Oh, my God.
And I also learned that if you want to see Jimmy's hat, just ask him.
Thank you.
All right, you know what? Ricky is on the phone.
Oh, my God. Ricky's on the phones?
I thought there was...
He just put...
You saw what just happened,
I saw
right?
what happened.
What happened?
It was the same exact subject that the last guy we talked to.
Let me explain something. When all of a sudden the phones explode with the same subject, it gets your curiosity up. So you're like, what the hell is this? You know, maybe something's going on. So you go to the phone calls. There was 3... I'm not going to exaggerate here. There were 3 in a row that said, knows why Howard can't find a Sirius radio.
Uh-huh.
There was only one person calling just randomly, but for some reason Ricky in the comment line had that for everybody that was calling.
Why is that?
And now he's saying, no, I didn't. Are you insane, Ricky?
You did.
What was that?
No, there was 2 calls that came in like that. For some reason, it switched over to Pinchy's line. I had Pinchy's "What did you learn?" typed out, but for some reason, when I switched over, it just typed in the other caller's message that I've typed in, and it went over to Pinchy's.
No.
For some reason. Right? It happens.
It always happens. Just to Ricky. All right, Ricky. That's a good explanation.
Thank you, Ricky.
From now on, you can't touch my food.
Wow.
Can't happen.
That's it? You're cutting them off.
No more. You're not allowed to serve me anymore.
Oh, don't take that away from the kid. That's
You're
all he's
not
got.
allowed to serve me anymore.
Like a Jamaican man, when a girl's on her period, she's not even allowed to prepare his meals.
But that's all he's got. You can't take that away from him.
When I need one of the other food bringers, I will do this.
Oh.
And they are to run in here.
Food.
And they are to fetch whatever it is I need.
Right.
All right.
Look. Oh,
wow. Look at that kiss
shows up at the
Attaboy,
door.
fan, attaboy.
He heard the clapping.
All right, let's go to another clip here.
Look at...
Oh, what happened?
I'm just looking how, like, none of the phones... Usually the phones are screened really fast. Look, there's just 12 phone lines ringing, and not one is being answered.
12 lines are ringing like crazy.
We'll have most of the staff back tomorrow, right? When Penn warned us yesterday, he's like, guys, you know, you can't ride the gang too hard tomorrow because, you know, we're going to be short-staffed, but don't worry, Ricky's coming in. I'm like, we're short-staffed to begin with, and Ricky's going to be the one stepping up.
That's good. Hey, guys, don't worry. There's a little hole in the boat, but we have an anchor.
Oh, my God. Tomorrow, hopefully, Steve will be back from jury duty.
We tried calling Steve.
I object, Your Honor. I just don't think this is the way a case should go.
Yeah,
You're out of order. I'm out of order. Everyone's out of order. He's not going to get him because I'm going to get him.
Do, Your Honor. Take off on Jack's side.
You just apparently cannot handle the truth. Ramon, bring me the truth. Ramon, give a code red. How do you know exactly where the mess hall is? Is it in the manual?
That's brilliant. That's really good. All right, let's go to another clip. We only have 2 more. We could, like, get rid of this and move on to other stuff tomorrow.
In detail about it. So she fucking knows everything. And if she tells my dad fucking hates me anyways.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I hated myself the whole fucking time I did it, and I only did it twice, and I was just wanting to fucking get loaded so fucking bad.
Nice.
Yeah. God, how easy would she be to have sex with?
But that is what is insightful. That, by the way, to most scumbag celebrities, if you're going to do a reality show, not that you have heroin stories, but that is an honest look inside of a person's psyche.
There you go.
That girl just confessed prostitution. She confessed all these very painful things, the abortion being what is tantamount to gang raped. That is insightful. And she's not a celebrity. She's not whoring some awful show.
Yeah.
So that's what Britney and your awful husband ought to be doing. Some type of real insight.
No.
But she doesn't really care that her parents hate her, by the way, because why would you agree to be filmed?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're in bed enough,
Just wanted to get loaded.
She's crying. You can hear what she's saying. I don't care. I just don't care.
All right. This is the last clip.
They found out I'm a fucking whore.
You're not a whore. I know you, okay?
They found out I fucking fucked people for fucking dope money. That's a whole lot different than finding your kids' fucking weed pipes or your fucking straws or your fucking needles. I mean, what would I do if I found out my fucking drug addict daughter was fucking being a fucking prostitute so she can get fucking loaded? And, everything was going good with me and my mom. She was so proud I was here and wanted to quit. She had no clue what I'd done.
Oops.
First thing you might want to do is clean up that potty mouth, young lady.
Right.
F.
Oh.
F.
She started her life at family functions, walking around, telling everyone that she's going to be a ballerina.
I'm going to be a ballerina. Yes, you are. Baby, you could be anything you want to be. Right.
Fast forward the tape. Is this a 50? I don't have my glasses.
Shove it in, Grandpa.
If you want to fuck me for money, just ask.
Let's say hi to Timmy. Timmy, what did you learn on the Opie and Anthony show today?
Hello?
Terry's a gay name, and Jimmy kisses the ass of a guy named Opie.
Wait, start over.
Terry is a gay name, and Jimmy kisses the ass of a guy named Opie.
What guy is that?
Are you... all right.
Sir?
Terry is a gay name.
It certainly is.
Chandler.
I don't kiss ass, do I, Ope?
Morning, Jimmy. Morning, Professor Anthony. Morning, fucking Lost. I learned that if Spider keeps on fucking up Jimmy's cereal, Jimmy's going to shoot him in the foot. You motherfucker. Vote for Ricky. Vote for Ricky. Punch it out, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Dan from Hoboken, I learned that I actually could handle Britney's truth.
Yeah, it was nothing to handle.
I disagree, guys.
Rob J. from Cleveland, I learned Quigger. Caulfield, today I learned that Britney and Kevin's show is so damn good that Sirius just hired them for a radio show.
Y'all on the dial.
Let's see. Brad from Ohio, I learned that love is what it is. It is what it is. Very good.
It's everything.
All
the time.
Guess that's about it.
Nice legs.
Tomorrow on the program, Rich Voss, Dave Mordal, I believe. I'm bringing in the first radio show Anthony and I ever did.
God, I'm not coming in.
Can't wait to hear that happy Anthony.
Oh.
Yeah.
Exactly. There you go. It stinks.
Let's end with Jamie. Jamie, what did you learn on the Opie and Anthony show today?
I learned that Professor Anthony knows a little bit too much about Star Wars and is a Trey geek.
I agree.
That's it. I'm out of here.